we're children of the sun. Hand out, she holds. It's feeling like we've been here before. We're both so broke. That's something that'll keep us afloat. Don't walk too slow. We can't keep falling deeper again. Came too close and the day's so far from pure. A rush of blood, but we search for so much more. We've all been here before. We've all been here before. We've all been here before. Hand out, she holds. It's feeling like we've been here before. We're both so broke. That's something that'll keep us afloat. Don't walk too slow. We can't keep falling deeper again. Came too close and the day's so far from pure. A rush of blood, but we search for so much more. We've all been here before. 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 We've all been here before.
Hello and welcome back to another Shenandoah University esports broadcast. We're here back at it again with some good old-fashioned esports tower Overwatch gameplay. I think we did some Rocket League last week, so now we're coming back out here with some Overwatch, but we gotta switch it up as usual. So as usual, I'm Ryan Blankenhorn, but joining me on the desk today is someone brand new, someone who is way more intelligent in Overwatch than I am, Ethan Estes. Ethan, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great. That was very flattering. Thank you.
Yeah, so today we are going to have two good matchups. We're going to have a best of 3 and a best of 5. Lifeweaver will be banned for one of them. I'm not entirely sure which one. I kind of forgot. But Lifeweaver will be banned for one of them. I believe it's the first one, though, if I am a betting man. And we're going to see some interesting gameplay coming in today to see that Lifeweaver. Ethan, what is your opinion if we do see a Lifeweaver?
I'm pretty excited because there's definitely going to be some interesting strats cooked up with the Lifeweaver. I'm really hoping to see some Lifeweaver and Reinhardt because I was watching some contenders the other day and they actually did a pedal pin into the backline, and that was just comical.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to see what comes out on top for that Lifeweaver gameplay. But before we take a look at all of that, let's go ahead, take a look at what we did watch last week for our Rocket League gameplay. We had some good ones going on, had some crazy shots. The Eagles and the Lynxes were one of our matches, and I mean, just look at some of these shots that were made from some of these players from last week. Really, really good job. We had a Gummy Boy, who was originally on the Lynx's team and then switched over, so had to change their name, of course. But today we will have some Hawks and Eagles gameplay, so Battle of the Flyers once more, and then we will go into a game later that will be Barracudas versus Scorpions. You'll see some of your good old-fashioned players we've seen in the past, and then of course we might see some of the newer players, new Esports Tower players that will be coming in, showing their faces, showing us what they have to offer, and just having a good old-fashioned time. But that all being said, back into the gameplay of what is in store for us today. Lifeweaver will be banned, like I said, so that will be the first series, so we're not going to worry about him right now. We're going to worry about the other things. And Ethan, since, you know, we have someone on the desk who really has such a good insight of Overwatch, has such a good insight of how the game works, where do you think the meta currently stands?
Well, right now it's actually really flexible, which is making it very fun to watch. There's a lot of different compositions that are viable. One of the most common ones is the Winston Sombra comp. You usually see the Winston, Sombra, Tracer, sometimes a Reaper, and the backline can range from anything from a Lucio Kiriko to maybe a Brig Ana or any combination of those supports. But the Brawl comps are also pretty good, so we could see a Ramatra, a Mei, lots of Hanzo being played. So it's pretty open right now, which makes for the most fun Overwatch.
Hey, yeah, it's good to have all those different types of compositions, different people, different players, different characters to come in. But as mentioned, let's go ahead and take a look at what our competitors will be for the night. As mentioned, Eagles and Hawks will be game number 1, where Lifeweaver is not going to be able to be used. And then into Scorpions and Barracudas, where Lifeweaver will be able to be used. A little bit of a tongue twister once you say his name a few times, but we are going to see him later on, so don't get your hopes up quite yet, but I got a sneaky suspicion that we'll have a Lifeweaver later today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if it's available to be played, someone's going to try it.
Someone's got to try it, right? And, you know, we're used to seeing these players in the Esports Tower games sort of switch it up, have some fun. We have tanks on support, support on tank, DPS on support, tank, whatever the case may be. I always enjoy to have some fun and go around and play some different characters. So curious to see what we have in store. But speaking of in store, let's go ahead and take a look at our map number 1. For the map pool, of course, it's going to be your good old-fashioned, the one that everyone is used to, Lijiang Tower. Ethan, how do you feel about this map?
This is a tried and true. This is an old favorite. Everyone loves this map. Even if it's a pickable map, both teams will almost always pick Lijiang as that first map. You have to have some special strategies cooked up if you want to pick something other than Lijiang. So I'm just excited to see a very traditional map and see what these teams can do with it.
Yeah, and you know, we've had this conversation before on the desk, this is a very good map to start off with. Sort of change up your composition, see where you want to go, run some Brawl, run some Dive, run some everything else in between. So you can really just choose to run anything you want there, and puts a good layout of how the rest of the matches will go. So curious to see, but before we do get into this matchup, I do want to mention that this first one will be a best of 3. So first to 2 will win, and the next one is a best of 5, and that will be first to 3 as usual that we've seen in the past. So I'm going to be curious to see what we have going into this matchup. As like I said, a lot of these players like to have some more fun with the characters. They stick around meta, but maybe, you know, instead of running pure Winston Brawl, they'll maybe play a Wrecking Ball or a Doomfist.
Well, it's always fun to see those mixed up. And as you said on Lijiang, there's a lot of room for switching up your composition. So it will be fun to see their strength of hero pool, you know, show us a lot of different swaps. And with the 3 maps, they're very different. So we could see a wide variety of comps come out here.
Yeah, wide variety of comps, wide variety of ways for these players to sort of engage, have some fun, and sort of figure out what they want to do going into the matchup. Is, like you said, all 3 of these rounds of the map are very, very different. One is outside and in the open on like such as gardens. Then you have night market where you have that sort of not really indoor, but it's like
it's kind of a hybrid. You know, it's like outside, then they got a little indoor spot.
Yeah, and then of course you have the inside, which is control center, which everyone loves to run Brawl. I mean, that's Ramatra, Reinhardt,
just run into each other.
Right see who can come out on top with a big hammer or a big fist, or that would be Doomfist, wouldn't it? Would you describe Doomfist as the fist now, or do you describe Ramatra as the fist?
I think Doomfist still gets that title. I don't think Ramatra's taken it over quite yet.
I don't know. I think he's getting there in the meta. He's starting to reach that
Well, in the meta, yeah, he's really known in the meta. But Doomfist, how can he do him like that? If he doesn't have the fist, then what does he have?
Got a. I was about to say hammer down, but
That's
Reinhardt.
Reinhardt.
he can slam down, have some fun, but you know what? Enough of us. Looks like the game is ready to go, so let's go ahead, take a look at what we've got. Looks like round number 1 will be Control Center.
Orthodox pick here, so I'd like to see how they play it.
Yeah, we're going to see this Doomfist with the Symmetra. Maybe a switch, maybe not. The Symmetra tends to be switching over back to a Tracer or something of the sort, so we might see a switch. Yeah, and it's Sweatpants, so none other than Genji will be the switch over on that side as we are going to get into this game. Reinhardt just flies across the map there. Not going to find a quick pin, but as a punch gets thrown into the wall, now we're going to see who goes out on first as Frozen Phoenix, the first one to fall. Now Ferocious Pig with another one onto Illusion. Sweatpants will get the Immortality Field, but stuck. 120 damage gone on Control. Blanket finds them, and a pretty back and forth fight at the moment, but it looks like the Eagles will be the ones who come out on top here as Alakath falls low. Is going to be taken out. Like I mentioned, trade still continuing. Very long fight here, but no one has quite come out yet.
Yeah, this fight's getting very scrappy with the Doomfist getting back so quickly even after he was taken out. This Doomfist and Lucia are just keeping the fight alive, but the Reinhardt is just controlling so much space that eventually the Hawks will control the point.
Yeah, and with this now, the Hawks start to have that lead, but also all these ultimates that are now coming in as Zenical is going to find the first pick onto Sweatpants. It's just insane plays there. The Junkrat control.
He makes it back on the map. That was huge. Doomfist falls immediately again, though, and the Hawks still have not used these ultimates that they built. There comes the BAP window. The Reinhardt just swinging in, almost dying to those junk mines, but Immortality there to save him.
Yeah, and now Eagle starting to bring this one back out, but the Lucio battle happening on the outskirts as Toddy will be able to find Zenical. But Hawks still have control of this point. The Eagles going to finally start to switch this one back over as Frozen Phoenix is able to win that Lucio 1v1 as it was happening there. Point switched over to Eagles, but this game has already gone on for so long. 41% already been given to the Hawks, but after about a 30-second fight there.
Yeah, the Eagles are relentless. They just never stop fighting, and eventually they did overwhelm the Hawks. Doom going in super aggressive, using that ult, taking out Symmetra immediately, and the team follows up quickly with a Riptire.
Yeah, and now with this, the Eagles going to continue to keep their advantage. Going to look for more here as we are going to see Frozen Phoenix with Shatter waiting to find their next victim. But the Doomfist goes in. Illusion just barely gets out, but is going to get shattered. A massive shatter comes in from Frozen Phoenix.
Huge
so
beat.
does the cleanse and the beat. The lamp comes out to keep Frozen Phoenix alive for just a little bit longer. Sorry, Ferocious Pig alive for just a little bit longer. But Sweatpants now on this trace are able to find some crazy picks.
Yeah, loving this Tracer swap here. The Genji is pretty hard into that Symmetra, and the Reinhardt, they just do so much damage even when he's trying to be sneaky that the Tracer is really needed to get around quickly and get early damage.
Yeah, and now the Eagles, oh, this Pulse Bomb could be very, very big. Won't find the connection, though, and Sweatpants now has no abilities to get out alive. Is forced to recall. Does see this teleporter, but won't be, actually is going to be able to come out alive out of that fight, just barely. Symmetra wall is going to be placed down. Eagles going to fall down first with Potato going to falling down to Blanket here. Now Alakath able to find Illusion with that magnetic grenade. Sweatpants falls low, is forced to recall, and Eagles still in control of this point, trying to stall it as long as they can, potentially to the 85 as Sweatpants is going to fall down, and the Hawks will now be able to secure this point, but a very good push coming in from the Eagles.
Absolutely, and they kept pushing even when the Hawks were in their spawn. That Doomfist continued to engage, that Tracer continued to engage, and they just never let off the gas. So unfortunately, they did give up the point right before that 85%, which does mark one fight territory, but it is getting very close. So the Hawks will have to keep that in mind. If they do let the point flip, they will be rushed to come back for a contest.
Yeah, and with Alakath finding that first pick on a control, it's looking very good for the Hawks to start to even this one up and even bring it to the final fight. Doomfist goes in with the slam, will get the punch onto Frozen Phoenix on this Lucio, but still alive, and now the ultimate comes out as well. Sweatpants able to find the lamp, but Alacat able to find Tabi. Now the trades on the other side as Illusion's able to take out Zenical. Sweatpants onto Blanket. Now the fight continues. Control falls low as Ferocious Pig now on this Orisa, able to find Illusion. Control gets the Mega. Still alive. Sweatpants able to get the deflect kill onto Alacat. Control looking for more, trying to stay alive, but as all this is happening, the Hawks are still able to contest this point and keep it alive for just a little bit longer here. Control is going to tire Frozen Phoenix, but now one fight for Lizzie's team.
Yeah, the Hawks really have to buckle it down. As I said, they barely have time for another fight here, and they are getting pushed to the spawn, as the Eagles love to do. They have to make sure that they get a touch here, swapping to Ball and losing that Orisa to make that happen. Only Ball is alive.
Yeah, and now Eagles going to just try and get rid of this pesky Ball on point. Tabi will able to find Frozen Phoenix, and now with the Ball, the only one left alive, Ferocious Pig falls, and round number 1 will go to the Eagles, but a very back and forth game.
Yeah, really unorthodox comp coming out here from the Eagles, but they play it really well, just continuously fighting, using their speed and their mobility to their advantage. Even if the trades are coming out, they just continue fighting and overwhelming the Hawks' more brawly, stabilized comp. So I really like how they played that, even though it was a bit of a different look from them.
Yeah, and now that we go into Guardians, this more open map, we'll see the Hawks switch over to this Wrecking Ball. The Eagles also going to be on this Wrecking Ball, but with an Echo instead of the Sojourn. Ethan, what are your thoughts here, seeing these two differences, as we're going to see some Hawk switches up a little bit more?
Well, I'm a big fan of the Ball in this point. As you said, it's really open, very dive heavy, and I really do hope we see that swap back to Echo. The big building in the middle provides so much cover that an Echo can get a lot of work done. But it looks like they are going to stay on that Sim, which will be interesting played with the Ball, as they immediately fall to the Hanzo with that range damage.
Yeah, Alacat on this Hanzo, someone to definitely be aware of. His blanket falls very, very low, and now the Eagles able to find their picks. Illusion's able to find one Tabi, as well as Sweatpants will find theirs. And now it is just a clean-up fight for the Eagles to secure this round, secure this point in their favor once more here, as the Hawks will now be having Blanket switch over to this Kiriko. Sweatpants, unfortunately, going to be off the map there, but the Eagles not going to really matter that much, as they are going to have point control.
Yeah, I really like to swap onto the Kiriko from the side of the Hawks. This is a very fast-moving comp, and being able to teleport in or teleport out is very useful against these dive characters. So hopefully that'll help them stay alive a bit longer in this fight.
Yeah, we are going to see that Illusion still alive, trying to get up.
Oh, hey, they made it back.
Just barely able to make it back alive, and as all of this is happening, we're going to see trades on either side of the teams. Eagles still on top, though.
Lucio's trading boobs.
Okay, then. Lucio's going back. Oh, speaking of boops.
Lucio tastes of his own medicine, thrown right off the map.
Yeah, and now with that, the Eagles still perfectly fine here with this lead. Sweatpants will get shot down by Alacat on this Hanzo, but mines are quite literally in the Eagles' choke point at the moment, and now the Eagles going to be in a bit of a, the Hawks going to be in a bit of a rough situation.
Yeah, they are coming in here with mines of their own. Hopefully they can get that down on the point to start getting some percentage, but immediately the Hanzo takes out the Sim. Unfortunately, the Kiriko, I think, TP's off the map trying to come help in that fight.
Yeah, and we're going to see this Hanzo versus Kiriko, but Alacat still comes out on top, looking for the second one, but can't quite find the Lucio, as they will come out on top. The Eagles still in control of the point, by the way. Mines have been dropped by Ferocious Pig, but 73 HP needs to run away, but Sweatpants and Wrecking Ball are still alive for Illusion on the side of the Eagles, and they will take that fight.
Yeah, this is looking great for the Eagles. They've been able to maintain control the entire time, so this will be looking like last fight for the Hawks if they do not go quickly. So although they might have 3 ults, they're going to have to use most of these if they want to win, and then they will have nothing for that recontest by the Eagles.
Yeah, and as we are going to see the Eagles going to just try and keep them off point as we're approaching last fight territory for this victory here. No ult's been used. Soundberry used now by the Eagles. Now going to look for more as Control's able to find Zenical. Pulse Bomb is used, but Alacat still alive at the moment. And before anything else can happen, the Hawks not able to touch point, and the Eagles will take game number 1.
Wow, that was great. The Eagles really came out with that aggression. They did not look like they were scared at all. No matter the fight situation, they were always pushing. Every time they were pushing. So I'm really liking these Ball and Doom picks from the side of the Eagles. I hope we continue to see this aggression. It is very fun to watch.
speaking of fun to watch, there's Toddy just able to find that nice boop kill and get the play of the game. But with that, game number 1 of this best of 3 will go in the favor of the Hawks. So still potentially 2 more, but now the Hawks on game point to take this first series and take it to their own. But you know, Ethan, as we go into the next map, what do you think we need to see more out of from the Eagles?
Well, I'm looking to see the Eagles kind of take it a little bit slower and try to stabilize a bit more. They're getting caught out a lot by the aggression here, so I need them to take it one step at a time and maybe regroup a little bit more, because right now, while they're regrouping, they're just getting pushed and pushed until, like we saw that last fight, they had a good amount of ultimates. They just were not able to make it onto the point. So they need to spend more time trying to regroup and set up as a team so that aggression does not catch them off guard.
Yeah, I mean, the Hawks did a really good job on that dive, on that aggression, just continuing to even find those staggers, because we saw players like Ferocious Pig just going in on the wrecking ball and just not even caring that they were in their spawn at the moment, just kept going and trying to find those picks, and were able to do them successfully. And even though Alakath was able to do some really good work, unfortunately just has their team just dead most of the time and aren't able to engage fully.
Yeah, that was really good by them. That's exactly what you want to see if you are on the side of the Eagles. And that, especially playing that Doomfist, having that escapability on the ultimate, as soon as you are building up the ult, you can just go all the way in. Not a care in the world, get out of jail free card, up you go, and you take someone out on the way down.
Yeah, but all right, folks, turn your volume up because we've got game number 2 ready to go. Let's take a look at what the map will be, and I believe it will be an escort map. Hybrid map is definitely what I said. Kings Row, Ethan, the Ryan Hart favorite.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be a great map, and it will be an interesting look for the Eagles because, again, just like when we were looking at Control Center, this is a very brawl-heavy map.
Yep.
So they could come out on something like that Doomfist, something like the Wrecking Ball, but it is very favored with these tight corridors and not a lot of space to work with, that you play something like the Reinhardt, something like the Ramatra, a lot more brawly. So the Hawks might have a good chance of bringing it back here.
Yeah, don't you love how intelligent he is? Isn't this amazing? He knows what he's talking about. Like, that's never what I'm doing. But anyways, yeah, Kings Row being next. Going to be interesting to see if we maybe get the Doomfist out again, or if we get the Reinhardt or something crazy, maybe a Junker Queen. I don't know. Point is, the players are ready to go, and I guess we'll have to see what these players will decide to run on Kings Row game number 2 match point for the Hawks, as we're going to see, looks like a Reinhardt mirror, Ethan.
This is amazing. I love to see this. And we are seeing the Mei come out from Sweatpants, which is a great look. We saw him on the Genji and the Tracer earlier, so it's going to be great to see him on something different, not fast and flanky. This is much more of a team character, so we'll see how he can work this out.
Yeah, as we're going to see this composition sort of come out with this Eagles pretty normal of a brawl-esque type of composition that we've seen before, and the Hawks on this Bastion variant, we've seen it before a lot of times on Antarctic Peninsula, but on Kings Row, if you see a Bastion on attack, it's normally accompanied with the Symmetra.
Yeah, but in this case, it's with a Mei, so both teams running the Mei here. Reinhardt's are going to have to be very careful of the wall, and a quick wall found by Blanket, already forcing that Suzu, immediately taking down Illusion.
Yeah, and that was just, I mean, you were quite literally stuck in a rock between a hard place there. Trades on either side, as we will see both Reinhardts fall, so it really is just a DPS game, but Hawks will have their Reinhardt back first. Blanket able to find Sweatpants early into the fight, now ready to go and look for more picks here. The speed going to get Ferocious Pig and the tank Frozen Phoenix back on this point. And now 1 tick already captured for the Hawks as they're going to just look for more, wall them off, try to secure the second one. No Wraith available for control here, but still alive as Illusion and Frozen Phoenix will now have a Reinhardt 1v1 in this corner. The Symmetra TP comes in from Potato Claps, but it's not going to matter as Hawks will get the first point.
Wow, Blanket is looking super comfortable on this Mei, getting great walls. This Bastion putting out so much damage every time someone is isolated. And just like I said, Blanket with 2 headshot kills on that Mei. They are looking fantastic.
Yeah, and now going to be looking for this next one here, and we'll find them now. The Hawks going to be able to put 3 on this cart and start moving it very far, very fast. And the Eagles, really no ultimates here. Maybe the closest one you really have is Sweatpants with that Mei ultimate. But looking on the side of the Hawks, we have Shatter online. You're going to have Mei online, Amplification Matrix, and almost that Artillery Strike from Alakath.
Yeah, on the side of the Eagles, we would really like to see maybe just a Blizzard or even a dry fight here, trying to bait out some of the ultimates from the Hawks so that later in the point they can get a fight that are more favored for them. And if they're lucky, the Hawks will maybe overuse on their ults here and not have as many for that last fight of the point. But if they take too long on this fight, they won't be getting out enough ultimates.
Yeah, and that Mei wall is going to single everyone out. The Mei ult as well going to be used from Blanket as well as Amplification Matrix. No one has fallen yet, but it's only a matter of time as there it is. Sweatpants the first one to fall. Shatter online. The pin comes out onto Illusion, and Illusion falls. Frozen Phoenix on this Reinhardt. We've seen it before. Alcath with the 2K with the amazing artillery strike, and now just going to look for more. Shatter still online. Going to have Beat ready to go, but Eagles looking at almost all of their ults.
Yeah, this isn't actually looking too bad for the Eagles. They did get that fight off pretty quickly, and the side of Hawks did use 3 ults. So they're looking big in the ult economy here.
Yeah, and now the Hawks with 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes, and looking to secure this next point. There will be an engage, but Shatter comes in, and there it is. But a sound barrier and a cleanse are used, and now Kitsune Rush as well as Shatter from Eagles. Trades on either side, but the Hawks still on top, and they haven't used Beat yet, Ethan.
That was an amazing play from Frozen there. That early Shatter really set the tempo. They were waiting there, regrouping just like I was talking about to get that final touch, and Frozen had no intentions of letting that happen, just jump shattering around that corner, starting the fight out strong, and they were not even able to contest before it was capped.
Yeah, now we are going to see Illusion switch over to the Doomfist here, as the Eagles going to try and look to bring this one back after that victory from from game number 1. But Blanket just going to take one look for that second one and find it onto Toddy. And now the Hawks looking very, very confident going in here as Blanket finds another one.
I really like this swap on the third point. May's really strong on these first 2, but at the third point, it kind of opens up a bit. There are a lot more high ground, so this Junkrat's just doing great at controlling all these choke points that they have to walk out of.
Oh, no.
Just like I talked about, the trap right in the choke point, ball not even allowed to leave the spawn, and Tyre is ready. Blanket already picking up one before the ult. There's another 2. Blanket with the 3K. 4K to secure the point. Blanket is unstoppable this map.
Blanket is just going crazy, as you see. I mean, almost a 5K there, and I think the only reason it wasn't a 5K is because Blanket got that kill earlier on anyways.
Yeah, he was just doing
respawn.
too much work at the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, now the Hawks have really good push, 4 minutes and 10 seconds.
We love to see this. They really brought that back. They were not phased by the first map at all. They came out with a vengeance, and they want to win.
Yeah, now with the Hawks in this lead, the Eagles have one mighty hill to climb here. They need to find a way to bring this one back and start to find the holes in the Hawks' defense. And Ethan, now that we've seen this composition, are there any holes?
Well, usually on the Bastion, you want to be playing around that Transform. They were doing a great job on the side of the Hawks of using Transform when they had walled someone out. But if you are the Eagles, you want to be trying to run away until after the Bastion is finished transforming, or go in before the Bastion has a chance to transform. That way they have a severe damage gap.
Yeah, and I think that's what the Eagles have to focus on, is we're going to see them switch over to a more damage-intensive composition with Illusion on Zarya, the Cassidy, the Hanzo, and the Zenyatta.
This is a very interesting comp. It does have a ton of damage and a ton of killing power. We're just going to need to see the Eagles take a lot of different angles and try to surround the side of Hawks.
Yeah, and with this, the Hawks going to hold relatively close, and Sweatpants going to find Zenical out of the gates. A great way to start, as a massive amount of healing are gone for the Hawks now. All you have is that speed disengage, and now the Hawks are forced to back up.
This was a great disengage from them. A huge kill from Sweatpants, but the Hawks, not wanting to take any unnecessary fights, back up, grab that bat from the spawn, and are going to recontest here after giving a tick.
Yeah, now Wall comes out. Illusion fully charged, but it won't matter as Ferocious Pig will be able to find them now. A big anti-nade comes in, but it's not going to matter as Blanket on this Mei and Alcath on this Bastion will find their picks, and only one tick given to the Eagles as Illusion switches over to this Sigma now.
That was super well played by the Hawks. They did not give the Eagles anything to work with, and the Eagles, like I said, they did not back up enough. They were waiting right at the choke, so when the Hawks walked through, that Bastion transformed and just blew them up. They really need to be taking these angles and not letting that Bastion transform get as much work done.
Yeah, and as we go into this matchup, the Alakath is going to transform directly into this turret form. Look for the Zenyatta, will find him. A big anti-nade comes in, but Alakath going to find another one on the Toddy. Now Control falls the blanket. Alakath looking for more as Ferocious Pig will able to find Sweatpants, and now the grenade connects, and Alakath finding Illusion. A team kill, and the Hawks are looking unstoppable right now.
Yeah, that was really clean. As soon as they tried to rotate through that choke, the Hawks just amp speed, Bastion transform, and just walk right in.
Yeah, and with this, now the Hawks have that artillery strike ready. We'll almost have this Mei ultimate ready as this fight's getting ready to start. The Eagles will almost have this nano, but that's only if they can survive. Blanket finding Illusion with that tank gone. There's only so much you can do. Lamp has been used from the Hawks, however, as Control going to try and do some damage from the side window. We are going to see the Eagles start to regroup and not let any more staggers commence, but the Hawks able to build up basically all their ultimates. We're about to see a Q fest, Ethan.
We absolutely are, and the Eagles are starting to take very good positions here, starting to wise up to this Bastion trick and be a little bit safer on these high ground, so it will be a lot harder for the side of Hawks to deal with them. But you see the Bastion realizing this and ulting early to get them off of that high ground, but also blowing that early transform, meaning that the Eagles can now walk right in.
Yeah, and with their ultimates ready to go, nothing else has been used, but getting ready. Blanket with the this is just phenomenal, Ethan. You're gonna see the Mei wall just go up, throws the Blizzard in. Blanket's able to find one. Frozen Phoenix finds Control, but Sweatpants on this Hanzo will find Alakath, and Blanket Illusion gets pinned by Frozen Phoenix, and now it is just the Reinhardt versus the Hanzo, Ethan. Frozen Phoenix trying to stay alive, but won't be able to for any longer unless this kill onto Sweatpants can happen. Another tick has been given to the Eagles as Control pops the Deadeye. Need to walk away. Lamp has been used. Potato Clap's able to take out Lamp now. Now Beat going to be used in return, but now the Transcendence from the side of the Eagles. We will see the pin go in, but won't be able to find anyone as Amplification Matrix is also used. Now the Hawks have Frozen Phoenix antied, but Blanky's able to find Control, and now the Hawks gonna have to deal with Illusion on this Gravitic Flux, able to find one. Trades on the other side. Sweatpants able to find Ferocious Pig, but now Sweatpants another one on to Zenical. Frozen Phoenix so close to falling down and will fall. Sweatpants is low as well here, but the point is now captured.
That was a great take from the Eagles. They were doing a great job that last fight of taking the angle, staying on the high ground, and just playing the long game. Sweatpants was just staying alive, continue getting picks. Even as the Hawks come back from spawn, they just get picks after picks after picks while keeping that pressure on the point. But Blanket early in that fight showing us a very creative Maywall, Maywalling themselves up onto the high ground and speeding in, just freezing the entirety of the Eagles team.
That was really well played coming in from Blanket. You can see the true, raw, mechanical, and fundamental playstyle of players like Blanket who are able to come in like that. Hawks going to be able to almost have this shatter, but here comes the Dragons as it finds...
Huge dragon.
Oh my gosh! Able to find 3, Controls find 1, Zenical will find Sweatpants, but Control hunting down the Baptiste will find them, maybe... Zenical falls low. There it is.
Oh, Zenical almost took out both DPS of the Eagles there. Not happy with the team immediately falling to that dragon.
Yeah, but what a dragon from Sweatpants. Able to find 3. I think practically finding 4. I think Control just got credit for that final kill.
Oh, yeah, that definitely did the most damage to that team. But now you see Eagles set up on these high grounds. This is going to be very difficult for the Hawks to retake into. They're already completely surrounded on the high ground and must walk into it without a lamp that's already been forced.
Yeah, and we are going to see Frozen Phoenix on this high ground with Shatter. Going to have it. No!
That is a bit unfortunate. The anti-synergy there between the Mei and the Reinhardt.
Yeah, now this is exactly what the Eagles need. The Flux is ready. The anti has been used. An Illusion with 2K. Going to look for another one. Sweatpants will find Zenical, and now it is just the Reinhardt. Frozen Phoenix on point. And the Eagles will now start to push forward. But I just want to mention really, really fast that look at this time bank. 240 and 410.
Yeah, the Eagles have had a pretty strong offense once they got onto that second point, really rolling through. But that first point hold by the Hawks was so good that even if they lose this here immediately, they will still have a substantially bigger time bank.
Yeah, we're going to see Frozen Phoenix just gets aggressive with it and will get credited with the kill onto Illusion. Sweatpants almost has another Dragons online. We are going to see the Hanzo 1v1. Blanket takes it out as Alcath is on this Widow. We've seen some great things of Alcath on this Widow. Ferocious Pig playing the Lucio Reddit style. Go in and try and find these pigs. Still going to survive, though, for just a little bit longer and does get out. Now the Hawks going to have to avoid those Dragons used by Sweatpants, who is now switching back to this Genji.
Yeah, great swaps by the Hawks to get onto that double sniper. As I said, it's a lot more open, a lot more high grounds on this third point. You see the Eagles immediately swapping their comp to deal with that onto the Winston, onto the Genji, and Blanket already taking out two immediately this fight on the Hanzo, so they are obviously very comfortable on this as well.
Yeah, and Sweatpants now just going to get punched down by Ferocious Pig. Trying to find that pick, his Blanket will get credited with it. And now a minute and a half just under for the Eagles. They will have Transcendence, but Hawks will have Beat and Shatter. So looking pretty good in terms of ultimates.
Yeah, the Eagles are really on kind of a Frankenstein composition here with that Bastion not really having anyone to protect them, as most of their team will be diving in very quickly. So hopefully they can find some value onto that Reinhardt. Oh, unfortunately the Widow not able to connect with the grapple when they're being dove. So great dive by the Eagles to take out people early, but Blanket does not care, immediately following up with two.
Yeah, Sweatpants able to find Blanket after that, but it's so much damage already done. Can Blanket clutch this one out? Sweatpants will find another one onto Ferocious Pig. Illusion finds Frozen Phoenix, and the Eagles with a miracle save coming out, going to continue forward as we're going to see Nano ready. Illusion will have Primal. Potato Clap still holding on that Transcendence. Sweatpants almost has Blade here, and Hawks will now switch over to this Wrecking Ball.
This is looking great for the Eagles. Oh, the Hawks immediately getting a kill as I say that. That is a caster curse if I have ever seen one. Their Trans going down immediately. Nano used as well. Onto that Genji, see if he can build the Blade after the beat's already been forced by the Hawks.
Yeah, we're going to see that. I mean, you have Illusion in the backlines right now doing as much as they can, but while this is happening, the Hawks are just taking out the Eagles' front line. And with this 5 seconds left, Illusion forcing it onto point. Transcendence is going to be used. Try to get there as Infrared Sights are popped, but they can't touch point. And now the Hawks able to even this series back up. And, you know, I mentioned to you this was a best of 3. Fun fact, I'm a trickster. It's actually a best of 5.
Well, we'll see this play of the game by Sweatpants here, who is putting in absolute work on this Hanzo. And, yep, this is the Dragon. But this is exactly what we want to see from them, right? The Bastion goes in, looks for that early transform to get damage done, and immediately gets taken out by the Dragon, as they can't really move much while in that form.
Yeah, that was such a good play coming in from Sweatpants. Now 1-1 for both of these teams. Had some really good clips in there, if you ask me. And
oh, yeah.
Of course, if you want to clip them, you have to be following the social media. So go ahead and follow Esports Tower on all of their amazing socials. That's going to be at Esports Tower on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube. You name it, they've probably got it. And it's going to be at Esports Tower. Then, of course, if you want to see more of us, more of what we do here on the campus, then, of course, check us out at Shenyu Esports on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And then at Shenandoah Esports on YouTube and Twitch, because we've got a lot more where this comes from. And, I mean, these games are already going so incredibly well. Already 1-1. I mean, we're seeing some great things, and after such a dominant performance from the Eagles in game number 1, dominant performance for the Hawks in game number 2, I'm curious to see what we've got for game 3.
Yeah, this has been great. They can clearly show their compositional strengths here, and they're letting their players shine. We're seeing them swap up a lot of the characters, but still we get to see a lot of their comfortable. We get to see their kind of hero pools, and now on this third map, we're going to really flesh that out, as we saw a very dominant dive map into a very dominant brawl map. So we'll see who's able to get the best of each other the next map.
Yeah, so next will be Escort. Not hybrid, fun fact. So I am curious to see what map they pick, as I'm saying that, it does look like they've already picked the map. So let's go ahead and take a look at what map they did pick. Like I said, it will be Escort. Let's say Rialto. That's not Rialto. That's Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Well, this is, again, another dive map, so we will see what kind of compositions come out. I'm really hoping to see more of that Genji.
Yeah, I mean, Sweatpants, one of our Genji fiends in Esports Tower, so I would not be surprised to see the Sweatpants Genji once more. Potentially, we see Ferocious Pig. We've seen them on Wrecking Ball before in the past, so I would love to see maybe a Wrecking Ball come out from Ferocious Pig. I'm curious to see what these players sort of play, as it looks like they're already ready to go. So let's go ahead, get into game number 3 here. Series are even, so now if you want to look at it this way, we are in a best of 3 now, as the Eagles will be having Sweatpants on the Genji, Illusion will be on this Winston, Control on the Zenyatta, Toddy on the Ana, Secrets going to be subbed in now and will be on the Cass side of the Hawks. Frozen Phoenix will be on the Ana, Ferocious Pig on Sigma, Alakath on Widow, Blanket on Zenyatta, and Zenical on Sojourn. You're giving me some eyes here, Ethan. What are your thoughts?
The blanket on Zenyatta is what I'm excited for here. We saw that dominant performance last map on the Mei and the Hanzo, and a Hanzo player on Zen just sounds dangerous to me. That just means that they can do even more damage and silently flank, which can only go well.
Yeah, those silent flanks. People really underestimate them, don't they?
They do.
And speaking of underestimating, Illusion going to jump in, but underestimates the power of the Hawks, as it's going to be forced directly off here. Alakath looking for their first pick. Can't quite find it, though, as Secrets is just going to secretly move the cart forward, but will get spotted, and they're going to start taking some damage. Oh.
Ooh. One too many peeks there. They try to jiggle their luck, but Control on the Zenyatta. That's what we were talking about, the deadliness of these supports, really just out-sniping that Widow. Big trades, though, as Secret immediately switches onto that Tracer.
Yeah, and I love how confident Frozen Phoenix is on these fights, just saying, okay, cool, you want to jump me, Illusion? Let's do it. Let's see what happens. As we are going to see that the 1v1 happening on point right now, but Ferocious Pig will find Control. Those supports on point. Ferocious Pig is able to find Secrets, and now Alakath on the Sweatpants. Ferocious Pig going to look for Toddy, who's at only half HP, down to 1 now, is going to heal up, but now Illusion in the back line, stuck and afraid. Someone save the monkey, as they're going to try and jump out, but will be taken down by Alakath.
Yeah, great fight there. They've already built up that nano boost, almost the Transcendence, and are a good way to sight. So they're going to have a very big bank of ultimates here, and the Eagles are a little bit behind, only really having that primal for this fight.
Yeah, and with this, Sweatpants going to dash in and try and get a kill, but can't quite find him. Still alive, though, has not quite fallen, but Nano used Illusion. Able to find Zenical. It's a major source of damage gone for the Hawks. Nothing has been used from the Eagles yet. A Ferocious Pig will get antied and rocked down. Now Sweatpants looking on the support line, but Blanket doing such a good job. Hits the critical headshot, 7 HP for Sweatpants, and Frozen Phoenix waiting for the peak, and Sweatpants taken down.
Yeah, great focus fire there by the Hawks, rocking Illusion and burning him before he's even able to pop that primal, and then Sweatpants tries to get the trade in his honor, but the supports are just so dangerous when they're on a Zen. They're just able to bully the Genji out.
Yeah, and we are going to see Alakath playing a game of Risk over here, but will still survive for now. Ultimates getting ready to be used, all of them for the side of the Eagles. Watch closely. Hawks will have some ultimates to their name as well. Sweatpants uses Blade, but it's taken down by Alakath.
The Nano and the Blade used there. I think the Nano was canceled on that kill, so that's 2 ultimates gone from the Eagles, and they are taken out immediately.
Yeah, and with the Eagles not going to be able to engage. Now that's 2 majorly good ultimates that they could have used that cannot be used now. The Hawks have 3, and now going to be close to that Nano as well here. Going to be looking a lot better of an option. Illusion has that primal. You have Pulse Bomb, and if you're anyone, you want to Pulse Bomb this Zenyatta.
Absolutely, and Toddy's really got to be on their best game here, looking for the sleep onto Ferocious Pig when they go for this Sigma ultimate.
Yeah, Pulse Bomb used there.
Nice shot from Zenical onto Secrets.
Yeah, Zenical hits a nice shot. Pulse Bomb was used as Transcendence used by Blanket. Ferocious Pig uses that Flux as well, but now Primal Rage and Transcendence used from the Eagles. No ultimates for either team. Now Illusion and Sweatpants able to find the fix on Blanket and Frozen Phoenix. Zenical falls low. Control's able to find Zenical, and now the Eagles falling down to kill all of the Hawks here. Alakath still alive, waiting for this Genji to jump up, and it will be the Monkey instead. And Illusion takes out Alakath.
The Eagles really baiting the Hawks into that control room in the back of the map where the Winston can get so much cleave down, hitting everyone at once. This is not where the Hawks want to be, and they are immediately taken down.
Yeah, and with only the Nano here, we have to see the Hawks do some crazy things. Overclock is also going to be popped here. Zenical is able to find Toddy, but is it going to be enough as Ferocious Pig falls? Secret's able to find Zenical, and now 0.39 meters away, it will be capped. Blanket just going to die and reset, but really well played from the Eagles there.
Absolutely. They were barely able to get that point, but in the end, they corralled the Hawks right into that control room, took them out, and then pushed the tempo to make sure they were not able to get a good recontest, which is exactly what you're looking to do. But the Hawks coming in here with that sight, so they are able to probably take some space early without getting picked, but the Eagles are not interested in letting them do this.
Yeah, and with the Eagles like this, they're almost going to have this Nano Blade again, a redemption arc story, if you will. The Hawks will have infrared sights, and that is about it going forward. Sweatpants will be taken down, however, by Frozen Phoenix. Zenical now going to be in the 1v1 against the other Sojourn, and Secrets is the one who comes out on top here. Now, Ferocious Pig going to have this rock against Secrets, who's already taken one 1v1. Can they do it again here? Eagles going to start building up all of these ultimates.
Yeah, Sweatpants is really getting quite unlucky here. Every time he manages to build up the blade, he seems to be the first one to go down. Now they use the Nano Boost onto Illusion before he even comes, with Secret immediately taking out Frozen.
Yeah, and with Secrets able to find that real good shot, Toddy will Nano, but I do not believe it connected with anyone there. Now the Hawks will have this infrared sight. Sweatpants going to try and find these pigs. Control able to find Zenical. Blanket's able to find Control. Ferocious Pig, however, falling down to Secrets, and Eagles once more going to cap this point as Blanket's just going to touch for the last second.
Yeah, Eagles with a great cap, still holding on to 4 of those 5 ultimates. They should be able to get a really strong start here to this third point, which is very important, as a lot of the dominant high grounds come after you rounded this first corner. Secret starting it out strong, just continuing to take out their counterpart on the Sojourn.
Yeah, and now with Secrets with this overclock, Illusion has used that Primal Rage. Sweatpants falls to a Ferocious Pig here, so no blade going to be used once more as the Hawks have Transcendence. Really just waiting for that blade to be used here, as well as Nano and Ferocious Pigs. Riveted Flux will be ready to be used as well. I feel like that rock just phased directly through Secrets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but a big flux by Ferocious Pig, and the Widow just takes out Secrets while they're floating in the air.
Yeah, and now Alicap able to find Secrets, looking for more. Is going to find a small little shot onto Illusion, but Illusion is going to try and get this cart progress for free a little bit now, as Alicap just tries to find a headshot. Will find one, but the Nano goes in, but the Anti is there as well, so Illusion can't engage now, and the Nano won't fully heal them. Transcendence used from the side of the Hawks. Now Eagles still have both their DPS ultimates. Hawks will now use the Nano onto Ferocious Pig to keep them alive. Sweatpants using this blade and will be able to find one. Alicap's able to find Toddy, but going to look for more. Sweatpants with 2. Ferocious Pigs able to find Control. Now going to look for more here. Sweatpants falls low and will be taken down.
Nice try there by the Eagles. They were able to force out that Transcendence by the early Nano dive onto Illusion, holding that blade for afterwards where they do not have any response, but unfortunately the Hawks able to trade back with the Eagles not letting that blade get enough done to win the fight.
Yeah, and with just under a minute left here, Eagles now have this overclock. Hawks looking at infrared sights and overclock, so there is some good advantage for the Hawks on the side of DPS ultimates, but to do that, they need to find these intro picks. Zenical needs to take this one with Secrets. Illusion jumps in, can't quite find the pick though, and now going to get rocked. Still low, Ferocious Pig as well. Control able to find Ferocious Pig. Overclock going to be used, and what?
Sweatpants not quite able to climb back up from that one, but enough of a distraction so that Secrets can come in and get a 4K.
Yeah, Secret's doing a really good job able to find those picks. Eagles will have Sweatpants switch over to this Tracer as well, and Secrets falls low, but the Sleep Dart comes in, but they wake them up. No! Control able to find Blanket. The big anti-nade goes in. Control's able to find another one onto Zenical. Sweatpants able to find Frozen Phoenix. It's just crit after crit after crit in this chat right now. Secrets will put an end to that with a railgun onto Alicap, and now it is just one member left for the side of the Hawk as the Kiriko falls next. Illusion going to get Nano. Transcendence is used. Illusion still has that Primal Rage, but not going to need it. And in overtime, the Eagles complete this point.
Wow, I mean, I was looking forward to the Blanket Zen, but I definitely underestimated the Control Zen. He just did not care. He walked straight onto that point, pushed it in himself, taking out 2, and just standing there like an absolute Chad.
Guess you could say Control really took control.
I could, but I won't.
Fair enough. Okay. The Eagles now going to have a really good push all the way. Hawks have a mighty hill to climb again, but this time 4 minutes and 10 seconds is not the Eagles' time bank, so the Hawks definitely were able to adapt a little bit better, but they still have a long way to go if they want to even this series back up.
Yeah, and we'll see how the Hawks adapt their comp here. It's a little bit harder to play the Sigma on offense as we see them locking in the Winston here. That's going to provide them a lot more space-taking capabilities as the Sigma's much better at holding it, not great at taking it. We're also going to see Zenical onto that Sombra, as we were talking about earlier, a very good pick right now. EMP, super strong, hacking while invisible, sounds very balanced. All good things when you see Sombra.
Ethan, you have some hidden talents and hatred for Sombra?
Oh, yeah. I mean, as a Sombra player myself, I have to hate the character as much as I love them because I was a tank player first, and getting hacked on cooldown is never fun.
So you got turned to the dark side, in other words.
Exactly. If you hate them, just join them.
This is not the ideal advice to hear, but okay. Eagles going to be running the same composition again. Hawks, only difference will have Zenical on the Sombra instead of that Sojourn, so going to be a little bit more with that dive, hack engage for the Hawks and really start to get on this aggressive side here. As right now, kind of just had a stalemate.
Yeah, both teams kind of farming up ult, waiting for that cart to push, but Zenical, not so patient, takes out Secret. The supports were sleeping on the side of Eagles, not healing up their Sojourn, and now the Hawks will most likely get this point underneath the bridge. Nice shot by Alcat, both supports down.
Yeah, it's Sweatpants now going to come in and take out Alakath, but after such a really good play from them as well, Sweatpants needs just to dash out and stay alive. But, I mean, while all this is happening, the cart not really getting pushed that far, as Sweatpants now going to just be trying to live their life for a little bit longer. Ferocious Pig not going to be able to hit the jump and is now going to let Sweatpants live.
Yeah, good cart push here by the Hawks, but they really need to get this moving underneath that bridge. They got a huge advantage and did not capitalize enough there. Ferocious Pig already being heavily forced back while the rest of his team already underneath the bridge.
Yeah, and now with this, the Eagles will almost have this nano. Hawks will have infrared sights, but that's about it here. Almost have Primal Rage. Eagles really good in this position, especially as Ferocious Pig is just getting bombarded by damage. But while all this is happening, a back cap almost did happen for the side of the Hawks. Sweatpants able to find Ferocious Phoenix. Zenical falls as well as control. Ferocious Pig to Sweatpants blanket. 2 secrets, and now the Eagles going to try and just take out the rest of these members of the Hawks. But 3 ultimates to the side of the Hawks. Eagles will have a few of their own as well, but Hawks almost just need to win one small fight to take this.
Yeah, the Hawks kind of forgetting to push the cart there at the beginning of that fight, but then after that, the Eagles tunnel visioning on Ferocious Pig, letting the Hawks make up all of that cart space and pushing it almost to the end.
Yeah, and Toddy falls really low here. Will get hacked as well. Still alive for just a little bit longer. The nano comes out before they die, and that could be exactly what they need. As Ferocious Pig will find 2 on a control, and Toddy going to look for Alakath, and will find them as they do pop Primal Rage. Illusion able to find Alakath there. Secrets falls, and now it is just the 2 monkeys really alive here. As Ferocious Pig will find Sweatpants, and now it is just a monkey on the point at the moment here. Hawks and Eagles, Illusion and Ferocious Pig, but Primal Rage in the favor of Illusion will be able to pop in and go after Blanket on this Zenyatta, who does not quite have Transcendence, does have it now, and will pop it actually. 1.5 meters left for the Hawks to get this point. Transcendence used by the side of control on Eagles. Now Sweatpants does have this blade. No ultimates on the side of Hawks. Blade has now been used. Going to look for these picks. We'll get anti. Sweatpants able to find Frozen Phoenix. Ferocious Pig able to find Toddy. Now Alkath falling to Sweatpants, and now Secret's able to find Ferocious Pig next. And now Sweatpants in the backline looking for more. We'll try and find Blanket, but Blanket's a scary competitor. The deflect will find Blanket, and the Eagles just barely able to win this one over.
That was a crazy fight. Almost the exact same trades going out onto each team. The monkeys each getting 3, and then Zen popping Transcendence at the same time. That was wild. But we do see Zenical with that EMP coming up, and with both Transcendence used last fight, they should have a free EMP here.
Yeah, and this EMP is going to be massive for the Hawks to be able to take this point and take this victory, but Secrets almost has that overclock, and you have to be aware for players like Secrets, who's able to get a 4K at the very end there. Will get hit once. The railgun's going to connect with Alkath, and both the DPS will fall back. EMP still on the table. Ferocious Pig almost has this primal as well here. Eagles. The Sleep Dart goes out onto Illusion and will connect. The shot onto Sweatpants is activated. EMP used. Zenifal's finding control. Toddy and Secrets will find their picks, so it's even at the moment as Alkath's able to find Secrets. Overclock now gone. Ferocious Pig trying to build up this Primal Rage and does have it now. Alkath with a nice headshot onto Sweatpants.
Yeah, they took a little long on that EMP, allowing Secrets to build up on the railgun where they were able to take out Zenical, but the follow-up from the Hawks was too strong. Blanket swapping over to that Moira to get back for the contest, but it does not matter as Alicat just takes out Illusion when they try to touch.
Yeah, and now with that, the Hawks able to start engaging onto this second point here. Sweatpants will find a dash kill onto Ferocious Pig. Frozen Phoenix looking for one more, but Secrets on this Widow has swapped over and found two.
Wow, that success was short-lived for the Hawks as they are immediately hunted down and sent back to the spawn room.
Yeah, and Sweatpants able to find Zenical there. Eagles will now have Nano, almost has this Blade, will almost have Transcendence and Primal as well. Hawks on the Brig now. Ethan, what are your thoughts on this?
I really like the break here as now you have to kind of bully your way into these high ground spaces, hold that ship, so the Brig is going to get a ton of value, but you are worried about when you are running the Brig, you don't have a defensive ult to counter this Nano Blade. So we will see if the Eagles realize this and opt to go with the Nano Blade instead of the Nano Winston that they have been running so far.
Yeah, and Eagles with basically all of their ultimates here. Frozen Pig has brought that Primal Rage, Illusion able to find Blanket here. Alicat does have Infrared Sights. Control will pop the Transcendence. Alicat able to find Toddy. Sweatpants able to find Frozen Phoenix. Sweatpants able to find another one onto Alicat. I'm looking for another one. Sweatpants with a 3K on the Ferocious Pig. And now the Eagles, 3 ultimates. Nano Blade still in their favor. A minute left for the Hawks to get this second point.
Yeah, Secrets with this Widow swap was really nice. Immediately getting some picks, but even last fight when they weren't the one in the kill feed, it's such a danger for someone like Alicat to have to peek into the Widow, and then they can't keep track of Sweatpants as much. So both of them complementing each other, opening up space for the other one to make plays.
Yeah, and Alicat will find Secret. Sweatpants able to find Alicat. And now Sweatpants going to get antied, but not going to get nanoed. Blade going to be taken down. Frozen Phoenix is taken down as well here. Eagles still have 3 ultimates. Rally popped by the side of Hawks. Blanket now going to look for more as we're just going to watch 2 monkeys zap each other to death. Illusion will take out Zenical, and now 2 Winstons back on top of each other again as Illusion's able to take out Blanket as well here. And now Alicat's going to get rushed down by Illusion, and Illusion is real and is going to be dangerous as they're going to look for another one. Ferocious Pig just trying to keep them away, but Illusion is just quite there.
Yeah, Ferocious Pig really needs to be shooting at people that aren't this Winston. He will never kill Illusion. And Illusion is doing a great job of not really focusing on Ferocious Pig and only hitting him as a side target, mostly going for those squishies, taking them out really fast with Alicat and Blanket falling immediately when they walk through that choke.
Yeah, and the Eagles able to take out everyone and will take game number 3 here. And now will be match point in this best of 5 Life Weaver Band series. Eagles with a second win.
Yeah, that was really nice to see. We saw a lot of different looks there. The Winston Mirror with the Zenyatta's was fantastic. Secrets popping off on this Sojourn, continuously getting picks even when they swapped over to the Widow. And here we get to see that final fight of the 3rd point with them absolutely cleaning house.
Yeah, really good shots there. Secrets was just able to take out, I believe, 4 or almost the 5th, but went into spawn there. And now the Eagles going to be up 2 in this series. Only 1 more. The next map will be Push. Ethan, Push, not really new anymore if we're talking about Overwatch 2, but you are new to the desk here for Esports Tower. So what are your opinions of Push?
I'm actually a really big fan of Push. I like a game mode where you kind of have to make the decisions on where the fight take place, because on some of these game modes, the payload or the control maps, the fights are kind of given to you where you have to go to different places. But with Push, with the bot moving around so much, you're kind of free to take fights almost wherever you please. So I really think this is a great skill expression from teams, especially from those tank players, choosing the right places to take fights.
I love this insight. And speaking of insight, we do have insight of what map number 4 will actually be for Push. So as we get ready here, let's take a look at what Push we will get, and it will be Esperanza.
This is one of my personal favorites. I am a huge fan of Esperanza.
And why is that?
Well, it just allows for so many different flankers, and as I said, where you choose to take fights is super important, and when you're able to cross the map so quickly with each side having those kind of mirrored rooms, you can get to and from the spawn really fast. You can choose to take those long, drawn-out fights, go around the bend, or you can cut right through, go to their spawn, see if you can take an early fight straight to them when they're not paying attention. So I'm a big fan.
Fair enough. And even though the patch has already gone through, did you ever try the fake roof thing?
Oh, absolutely. You know I'm a fiend for those. I had to try it.
And did you ever get it correctly? Did it
Yeah.
ever work for you? Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm a diva player, so I just flew straight through that roof and, hung out there for a bit.
Fair enough. Okay. But yeah, that is going to be our next map. The one, it is patched now. So if you want to try it, sorry.
No shenanigans for you.
No shenanigans for you, unfortunately. But it was there, and it was still in the game. But speaking of game, it sounds like we're ready to go. So let's go ahead, take a look. Let's go ahead. Game number 4, folks, Esperanza. This is going to be interesting here, as this is Coliseo. My apologies, not Esperanza. Going to be an interesting match for the Hawks and the Eagles. Ethan, what's your opinion of Coliseo?
Well, this one's a little bit different. It's a lot more flat until you get to that end of the map, which makes it very hard to push that first checkpoint, because you do really have to walk into the defending team spawning on the high ground. So you have to make a very good team decision whether you want to wait in the main area and let them come to you, or push very aggressive into their spawn to kind of get control of that high ground. And we do see teams opting for these brawl compositions so that they are able to push aggressively and take the space quickly.
Yeah, and with this, we're going to have a Ramatra versus a Reinhardt brawl. I'm curious to see how this goes about here. Blanket will be on this Junkrat. Mango now going to be subbed in, and we have seen her on some amazing Baptiste before.
This is what I love to see. Blanket back on that Junkrat. New Baptiste in here ready to absolutely slaughter the enemies. And the side of Hawks on those dive DPS with the Ramatra looking to go really aggressive, if I have to take a guess.
Yeah, and here we go. Frozen Phoenix just playing a little safe right now, waiting for someone to fall low. Illusion using this gravitic pull down and trying to find someone, but can't quite yet. Sweatpants goes in, but Blanket's able to find control. And now Sweatpants needs to retreat here, as Hawks will start to move this push bot about 4 meters, but the Eagles ready to take this fight, but they're trapped in this room. And wait, Frozen Phoenix is just out and about and having fun.
Yeah, he just walked out, not a care in the world. Mango walking right behind with that lamp to keep them alive, but Frozen walks a little bit too far and is taken out by Toddy. Sweatpants, though, already 70, 80 to Blade, with Illusion not close behind, almost 80 to that Ramatra. Sweatpants taking out 3 and now has that Blade available. That was a really fast Blade.
Yeah, I mean, just like that, we'll have that Blade ready to go, as well as this Amplification Matrix. Potato Clap's only about 15%, 25 math percent away from this beat. Sweatpants falls low. Illusion will almost have Annihilation. Eagles already gonna... Wait, still alive.
The heals coming out from the side of the Eagles, almost keeping Blanket alive, but it does not matter, as Blanket takes out the 2 most important members of the Hawks immediately, and Sweatpants still trying to clutch with the Blade, killing Mango. Control killing Zenical, but Potato Clap's also falling.
Yeah, and we are going to see that EMP comes out from Control. Frozen Phoenix finds Sweatpants, and now going to look for Control, who's just going to retreat now. And with that, we're going to see Control falls. The Blanket Eagles will have the sound barrier and the amplification matrix ready to be used here. 70% for Frozen Phoenix on Annihilation. Hawks will have Annihilation and amplification matrix, as well as sound barrier. So some really good support ultimates to keep them alive in this fight.
Yeah, and Frozen Phoenix really not liking getting bullied by that Ramatra, so immediately he makes the swap onto Ramatra himself so he can throw those punches right back.
Yeah, gonna be having some boxing gloves, and cha-ching, Frozen Phoenix will be knocked out of the park. Control taking them down, and Blanket able to find Sweatpants, going to be looking for more and get rid of that trap. No one wants that there. Annihilation ready to be used. Toddy will throw down the Invitation Matrix to put some more damage in, but Eagles will have this tire beat and Annihilation ready to be used. Vortex thrown out from the side of the Hawks, who are looking for some more engagements. Those traps are dangerous.
Oh, they definitely are. And you can see Control here kind of setting traps for the other team, waiting invisible. As soon as someone overextends, they are hacked and immediately taken down.
Yeah, we are going to see Sound Barrier drop for the Annihilation. Zenical still able to find Sweatpants. No other ultimates available for the Hawks, but Illusion able to find Zenical now. Beat, the only thing used from the Eagles is Mango falls from Toddy. Now Illusion able to find another one on the Blanket. Annihilation used from Frozen Phoenix, looking for more. Illusion falls low, but Lamp will now be used. Eagles does have Tire, but is all the way back at spawn. Zenical almost has High Noon. Control, very fast building up this EMP, will now have it for this next engage.
Yeah, and like we talked about, getting to this final checkpoint is quite hard as the other team is spawning on high ground above you, but Frozen dying late into that fight will make it so that they are almost guaranteed to get this checkpoint, which does secure their close spawns and solidifies a pretty big lead.
Yeah, and with this, Control does have EMP. Toddy will almost have a Patron Matrix, but Blanket ready to use this tire. Hiding, Frozen Phoenix able to find Sweatpants. And Blanket did expose themselves from their position, but Zenical also has High Noon, will drop down. The EMP comes out. Control to find Zenical. Ferocious Pig will find the lamp. Blanket still alive. Ferocious Pig will find Toddy eventually there in this fight. Control finding Ferocious Pig in return, however, but Hawks 78-meter lead at the moment, Ethan.
Yeah, this is a huge lead. They really need to take this fight a lot faster, so they did not give up that checkpoint. Blanket, a very late tire with making so Illusion can come back, get a double kill, and continues to stay on this bot, not letting them get any progress.
Yeah, and with this, Hawks, I mean, the ult rotation coming out is just such a phenomenal trait. And we have Sweatpants already at Blade, Illusion back with Annihilation. Toddy will have this Amplification Matrix, and Eagles have Annihilation. Well, okay, they do have High Noon, but they can't use it now. And Mango will have Amplification Matrix, but the Hawks are just kind of relaxing and walking through at the moment.
Yeah, they have some great ultimates here. It should be really hard for the side of the Eagles to push across this bridge and do damage. As you see, Frozen trying to pop that transform early, but Illusion walks in with the Ramatrol. Both Ramatrols going off in the back lines.
Yeah, and Mango and the Eagles will come out on top as the trap will find Potato Claps. I've done that multiple times, Ethan, you know that. So we are going to see the Eagles going to take this fight back in their favor, but having to use that Annihilation, having to use that Amplification Matrix, and having to use that tire before this fight started. What do you think that was worth it for the Eagles?
I think it was worth it to get their momentum back. They do have some good ultimates here. They should have the beat online to counter this Blade, but unfortunately they won't be able to stop the Blade and the EMP if the Hawks play it properly, so it's kind of in the Hawks' hands, but actually the EMP is going to be taken out as Blanket and Control trade right at the beginning of this fight. Yeah,
and with this, Sweatpants able to take out that, there's just with the Blade, and now Amplification Matrix and Soundbarrier using the Hawks as well. Eagles will use this Deadeye. Can't quite find anyone from the side of Xenophil. Blanket almost has this tire. No one's fallen down yet. The Eagles got their first meter on this push bot, ready to start bringing it forward, but Control with EMP is ready to be used. Illusion able to find Ferocious Pig, so now no speed disengaged for the side of Eagles, and now the EMP is able to connect with, I believe, one of them, and Control able to find two picks, looking for another one there as the Hawks continue to walk forward.
Yeah, that was great restraint there by Control, making sure that the EMP was absolutely needed. And now they will be pushing it back in. The bot moves very quickly with the checkpoints already captured. No barrier standing in the way, but the Eagles have just left it in the middle where it was last after the fight. Now they're starting to push it, but nobody will be up here to follow up with Control's early hack.
Yeah, and now the Eagles going to get that forward spawn activated once again. Xenical going to unfortunately fall down here to their own magnetic grenade. Oh no, Control just going to do them dirty like that. Frozen Phoenix will find Illusion. Toddy falls. Frozen Phoenix able to find another one. And now Hawks going to bring this one back, but Control still alive. Illusion will have this Annihilation ready to be used. Toddy will have an Amplification Matrix ready, and oh no.
A spawn camp coming out from Control. Let's see if he is able to get it. He did win the 1v1 last time, but this time Xenical not letting it happen. He did not like that typing in the chat.
Yeah, no, Xenical brought that one back, but now Annihilation used from the side of the Eagles, going to try and find these picks, but Frozen Phoenix counters it with one of their own, able to find both the support line. The side of the Eagles looking for Illusion. Illusion is able to find one. Sweatpants finds one as well, but Blanket will take those two members out, and the Hawks are going to start to bring this push bot forward, but they have one mighty hill to climb. 95 meters to go. Well, more like 70.
A mighty hill they do. They must wait for their team here. If they take a fight too early, they will just lose, as the side of the Eagles spawns much closer and half of their team is still coming back from spawn, but they do not back up fast enough and their front line is immediately run over. So the Eagles will have control of the bot again and will swiftly push it back to their spawn.
Yeah, Eagles able to find those picks. We'll have EMP once again, Amplification Matrix, Genji Blade, and just going to look for more. The Hawks don't really have anything, but Blanket will switch over to this Hanzo. What's your opinion of that switch?
I really like the Hanzo swap. I think it gives a lot of potential for picks, and the Sonar Arrow is quite good against Sombra, but Frozen Phoenix not really waiting for any picks to come out, just walking straight in and brawling with the enemy team.
Yeah, and a really good job coming in from the side of the Hawks, keeping this pressure on. Vortex goes down, but a big EMP connects with 3. Sweatpants with a 3K. Gonna look for a 4th one. Can they find it? Not quite looking for it as Control will clean it up, but such a good play coming in from the Eagles.
Yeah, that was great. The Eagles really had the disadvantage in the beginning as their lamp was forced almost immediately, but they kind of just baited the Hawks in, and when they pushed in to finish off the fight, Control and Sweatpants combining for a huge blade.
Yeah, Sweatpants trying to bait out Blanket's arrows. Will find Potato Claps. Beat gone for the side of the Eagles. 117 meters, 45 seconds left. The Hawks having to switch over to this Wrecking Ball. Sweatpants hunting down Ferocious Pig, and will have them for breakfast in the morning as bacon. Control finds Frozen Phoenix next. Going to look for some more here. Can't quite find Blanket, who's on the run. Won't be able to, but unfortunately now the Hawks needing to get out of spawn as the Eagles are just quite literally in the spawn. No, not like this.
Oh, almost a deflected dragon there. Very scary, but Blanket smartly shoots it through the wall, unable to be deflected. But Illusion at the spawn doors, popping the remote roll, not intending to let anyone out.
Yeah, and now only 3 meters away for the Eagles to take this victory. Hawks will find this fight as we are going to have Nano ready for the Hawks. Eagles will have Toddy's Amplification Matrix, almost have this EMP. Sweatpants is almost down with this blade. Control gonna get spotted out, maybe. Will be able to stay alive, but I mean, the Hawks have 110 meters to go.
Yeah, this is very hard for them, especially since the Eagles are coming up with 20% to go on that EMP Blade combo. You would love to see them farming these up early fight, but they don't even need it. A hack coming out onto Blanket, and these DPS combined to immediately take him out.
Yeah, EMP going to be active as well. Finds the 2 targets that Control wanted. Sweatpants able to find Zenical. Toddy's able to find Ferocious Pig. Toddy able to find another one on a Frozen Phoenix. Overtime will now tick away as the Eagles will take game number 4. And Eagles will take game number 4 and win this series 3-1.
That was a dominant Esperanza showing from the Eagles. I am a huge fan of that Somber Genji composition coming out, and just like we thought, Control with the play of the game, it was this massive EMP.
Yeah, a really good EMP coming out. Sweatpants able to get 3 of the kills, and Control just finishing off the last 2 that Sweatpants was not able to get the full damage on. But just like that, I mean, what a great performance coming out from the Eagles, Ethan.
Absolutely. I was a really big fan of these Ramatras, and that aggression coming out, they really set the tempo, and getting that lead early on push is so impactful. It is so difficult to push into the other team when they can just save their ults, and whenever you're trying to gain cart progress, they use their ults, and whenever they're trying to gain, they save, make sure you use your ults, and then they have theirs again for when you push, and it's you're just stuck there for a long time.
Yeah, and now that that match is over, we still have one more. The next one, Life Weaver, will be available to be used. But Ethan, I have a question for you.
This can't be good.
It's not. I need you to do me a big favor. Can you be a model for me and just show off in the bottom right of the screen is this amazing ice slides thing. And I want you guys to quickly listen to me here as we head into summer. Are you looking for unique and customizable footwear that's both stylish and comfortable? Well, look no further than islides.usa.com. It is all about making a statement with your footwear. Whether you're hitting the beach or just lounging around the house, their slides are the perfect addition to any outfit. Scan the QR code, Ethan, if you will, or use promo code esports15 at checkout for 15% off your first purchase or your purchase in general. So go ahead, scan that QR code. It's nice and simple. You just take your phone out, little scan the QR code. Both Android and Apple can do it. Fun facts. So go ahead and do that. But before we head into the break, we actually have this new segment coming in, and it's going to be some really interesting stuff as we do have a new series that has had some huge moments that anyone can learn from. So we're going to go over to Fish for an Esports Tower VOD review, and when we return, we'll be back with game number 2.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael Fisher with Esports Tower, and today we're going to do an Esports Tower VOD review in Overwatch. Join me to break down all the action is Casey Clayton, also known as Coach Apollo, the head coach of Overwatch here at Esports Tower. And Coach Apollo, What are we taking a look at here today?
So today, we're going to break down how to recover from a worst case scenario. So first of all, don't ever start King's Row defense by peeking the attacker's spawn window. No matter what comp the attackers want to run, it is so simple for them to select a Hanzo or a Widowmaker to try for that early elimination. So never be the one to peek and give your enemy a free advantage like that. But the worst happens. You lost the most critical piece of a sustainable defense. So what do? Let's watch here as the team slowly backs up together through the choke point to await the respawn of their Baptiste. On Hybrid, it is always better to give up point progress in order to take a fair fight rather than trying to fight 4v5 and give up the point essentially for free. So now that the team is back to full strength, it's time to make a quick and decisive rotation back to the point. They will work to isolate and eliminate one target at a time. The Mei is going to get a great wall here and reduce the damage taken for the defense on their approach. They isolate the tank and then sweep through the rest of the team for a team kill. This is a textbook response. This is exactly how your team can recover from a major mistake. They only give up a single tick, they minimize the enemy's ult charge, and enable themselves to continue holding the first point. So let's watch that clip together one more time in real time to kind of watch their response and how they handled the situation. For more strategies, coaching, and guides like this, join our premium club today at esportstower.com.
You want to rank up in Overwatch or Valorant? Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. We'll match you with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up.
All this time you put in, summer, fall, morning, afternoon, now's your time. You're right here. You've done all the work. Now just make it happen. You have to earn your stripes. We can't win unless we're the most physical team. You have to earn it. Let's lock in. This is it. Go, go, go! You want to stay in this court? We're not giving you anything. You earn it. Get back! Get back! Dig deep. This is the time right now. Can't put it off until tomorrow. On the clock. This is where you gotta be at your best. You've been practicing all summer. Now you gotta make it happen. Now get a stop. One time, get a stop. It's now or never.
They say that you will never make it, but you're done listening to the naysayers, trying so hard to tear you apart. They play it safe by staying in line, but you run out into the sunshine all alone to the beat of your own song. Cause we're children of the sun.
Hello and welcome back, folks. We hope you had a good chance. Go get yourself some water, which is actually the one thing I did forget to do. But go get yourself some water, maybe some popcorn, got nice and refreshed, because now we have a best of 3 where Lifeweaver is going to be able to be played, the Scorpions and the Barracuda. It's going to be amazing, so make sure you stay hydrated and stay ready to go. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and take a moment to congratulate all of the Esports Tower Club members who have graduated from the clubs and have been offered scholarship awards across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have received over $4.5 million in scholarship awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. The players on this list are talented, hardworking, and driven, and we cannot be more excited and proud to see all the opportunities that these players are getting. So, I mean, look at that. $4.5 million, Ethan.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. I want just a small loan of that.
Yeah, just a little bit of that.
Just a little bit of that would be great. But, I mean, technically, I didn't come through Esports Tower, but I did get a scholarship to come to Shenandoah University
This is true.
for an academic scholarship. So,
That's because
Yeah.
you're very smart. Don't give me that look.
I don't know about that one. There's a reason why we've established that you're the analytical one on the desk.
Yeah, but you can talk your way into a bunch of good situations. So,
I can talk.
yeah.
That's why I'm back here. That's the reason I'm not out there playing. Because I can only talk, and I can pretend like I know what I'm talking about. You actually know what you're talking about. Anyways, I do know what map we're going to, though.
This time?
This time. And we are going to Control, and my senses say Busan.
Your senses would be correct. Great guess here coming out. And
See?
Busan's another one like Lijiang, where you are able to play a bunch of different compositions. You have downtown, a big mix of comps able to be played, a lot of open space in the middle with kind of a lower down point underneath a high ground. You also have Sanctuary, super open, big sniper map. You want to see long range, maybe a Sigma, maybe an Orisa, something like a ball. And then you go to Mecha Base. That's our traditional brawl. We're going to love to see that. Maybe Ramatra's, maybe Reinhardt's. But I think we're going to be starting on Sanctuary here. So let's head into it and see what characters they decide to play.
Yeah, it looks like the game is already ready to go, so let's go ahead and get started here, as we are going to see the Barracudas going to be on this Winston composition with Brig Zen. You know, Ethan and I, before, during the break, we're actually talking about that you normally run Lucio Kiriko with this. So, Ethan, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, usually you run that faster paced backline to keep up with the super mobile front line, but that Brig Ana is pretty good on this ranged map. The Brig just there kind of as a bodyguard for the Ana, and you see the Sombra already setting up behind for an early hack to start the tempo out, finding that onto the Ramatra, but almost getting immediately taken out.
Yeah, and now we are going to see a really good start for the Scorpions as Control will find a pick, as well as a BB5 there, going to find one on to Illusion. Now WoW Classic going to find Blank, and I mean, this is the Scorpions that we like to see here, able to take these fights, engage, and then just have Tracer in the front lines.
Yeah, that was very dominant. The Ramatra Brawl really able to sustain the initial hack from the Scorpions. It was onto a target like the Ramatra, so not easily burstable. So they were kind of able to just sit there, sustain, and then walk back in after they had forced out that Sombra. We see a swap coming out immediately from Sweatpants onto his traditional Genji pick, hoping to combine for maybe some of those big EMP blades. But BB5 already with a Pulse Bomb, going to look to start this fight off strong. Already using it, but unable to connect with anyone.
Yeah, and now with the Scorpions really at no ultimates at the moment here, Barracuda's triplet will have Amplification Matrix Control, almost has this Kitsune Rush. Frozen Phoenix going to get pummeled down by this Nemesis form, 1 HP, and Triplet able to find Frozen Phoenix. Triplet, one of the menaces and warlords of Esports Tower on the support line, someone you always have to be aware of, as we're approaching 50% for the Barracudas already, and the Scorpions looking a little rough right now, but Rally will be popped. Nano available now as well here. Anarchy falls low, and Triplet with an Amplification Matrix will take them out. Sweatpants on this Genji, though, able to take out Triplet and find that nice trade. Barracudas still in control of the point. Illusion able to find the hack on a WoW Classic, but WoW Classic still alive. Illusion forced to back out.
I am loving these supports from the Barracudas. They are not scared of anything. Triplet finding tons of kills. Control just walking straight in with that Baptiste. Not scared at all of the dive comp of the Scorpions.
Yeah, the support comp of the Barracudas, or the support duo there, Triplet and Control. We've discussed it before. Triplet, a type of player named after the amount of kills they get in a row. And Triplet, only a matter of time. Ferocious Pig will pop this Annihilation. Blade has been popped as well with the Nano, but Wraith comes out, and Sweatpants just left out to dry.
Yeah, lots of survivability by the side of the Barracudas. They got that lamp to survive the EMP. Control has those TPs. Wraith from the Reaper, Recall from the Tracer. Not many people are killable as we see them try to go on Triplet again, but the lamp already back up, and now Barracuda's on the offense again with this Reaper ult. waiting to use the Death Blossom when they all get close, but BB5 not so patient, just goes straight to the backline, taking out Anarchy. Triplet takes down Sweatpants, and this has been dominant from Barracudas.
And the Barracudas able to find that last member of Frozen Phoenix touching point, and 100-0, the Barracudas will take round number 1 of this best of 3. But Ethan, where is my Life Weaver?
I don't know. That's what I was expecting to see, too. As soon as they're enabled, I expect someone to pick them. But if I'm going to be honest, they might not be the best pick into either of these compositions. So it might be smart that they aren't picking them.
I mean, you know, sometimes you don't play smart, you play fun, right? And that's what we're here to have fun for, right? The Barracudas and the Scorpions, the best of 3. We were told that Life Weaver is now available. I'd say you run it, you know, have some fun. Maybe not in control, okay? I get it, fine. Maybe you don't want to have your Reinhardt pinning in and, you know, just pull a Dragon Blade X and have to pull him back. But, you know, sometimes you don't get that luxury, right? But Barracuda's going to be running back on the same composition. Scorpion's going to switch it up a little bit with the Wrecking Ball and the Sojourn. Illusion will be in on this Widow as well. Ethan, how you feeling?
I really like this adaptation from the Scorpions. They're going to take this a lot slower with the ball going in constantly to make space for these 2 ranged DPS. Hopefully this will allow them to kind of poke out Ferocious Pig, maybe get a pick, but Triplet does not care that they have a sniper and is the sniper for their team, taking out Illusion immediately.
Yeah, and Triplet's just getting hunted, but still a lot. Triplet survivability should not be a real thing. I mean, Triplet is practically just an AI with how well they're able to just learn and adapt. Machine learning at its finest, folks. Triplet is just ChatGPT. And now, going to be antied, coming in for the Barracudas. BB5 wants to take this Widow battle onto Illusion, and we are going to see the Barracudas have control at this point. Frozen Phoenix will slam down. Ferocious Pig falls low, but still alive at the moment. Lamp has been used on the side of Barracuda. Sweatpants will take it out, and is now on this high ground as well, looking for picks. As Illusion will take BB5 and says, okay, you and a Widow 1v1 me. I will take that battle any day. Sweatpants falling low as Anarchy will now be 1v1ing and end up dying down to WoW Classic. Triplet able to find Sweatpants. Triplet with another one onto Illusion. Triplet with a 3rd K. Like I said, Ethan, named after their name. Wait. Yes, named after their name. Triplet, known for the... You know what? 3K is Triplet. Triple kill. You get the point, folks.
I'm loving it from these DPS supports, though. Triplet almost always shooting instead of healing, but that is kind of what you want to see coming out here in Overwatch 2. Much more aggressive support line. You don't really need as much healing if you're getting a lead early, but WoW Classic maybe taking a little bit too long to think there and getting taken out by Illusion, but Triplet trading it right back, immediately killing Illusion, and Triplet is really not a fan of these snipers here.
Nah, Triplet, and this is Triplet on the Baptiste. We haven't even seen Triplet on the Kiriko yet, as control will fall. Sweatpants will take out Ferocious Pig. BB5 looking for a pick, playing right here in the center. Can't quite find the Ana. Sweatpants will find 2 picks there, and now the Scorpion's looking good. Nano has been used on the Frozen Phoenix, and the point will now be captured. Barracudas are looking at infrared sights, Death Blossom, and Annihilation coming in. So going to have a good ult here for the side Barracudas, but Triplet able to find Illusion. Just the sniper counter right here.
Yeah, Triplet really is not going to give them any space, just standing in their spawn, doing damage to these snipers. They cannot seem to find him. Oh, but Anarchy takes it out. That's support on support. Violence coming out, but the Scorpions will hopefully retain this point. The railed gun is popped, trans popped as well, taking down the Reaper, taking down the Widow. Huge rail guns by Sweatpants.
Yeah, Sweatpants able to find 2. Anarchy finds Ferocious Pig there. Frozen Phoenix still has these mines ready to be used. Barracudas will have infrared sights and still have that Annihilation. So in a good spot, Illusion going to take out Triplet. Tired of Triplet's games, and will put them down. But now that Triplet is down, that Amplification Matrix is going to be ready to be built up very, very soon here. 50% in counting for the Scorpions, the Barracudas. Just wanting to wait for Triplet here before they engage back into this fight, as Frozen Phoenix will start to cause a little bit of commotion in the back lines here. Infrared sights now going to be popped from the side of Barracudas, going to start walking forward here, but you have to be aware of where Illusion is.
Yeah, a lot of ults here from the side of the Barracudas, but it's going to take a lot of time to get good positioning here and be able to use them. Unfortunately, though, BB5 uses that slice to take out Sweatpants, so Illusion does have to be careful. Ferocious Pig walking in, immediately taking out Anarchy, but walking into those mines. Frozen Phoenix well placed, controlling the point Wow Classic taking out Illusion, and 2 boops. 2 people go flying off the map. Triplet and Blank trades from each side. But now Scorpion's still in control this whole time. It's already ticking up to 90%.
Yeah, Ferocious Pig still holding on to this Annihilation, has not used it yet as Scorpion switch over to this more stall pick type of composition with this Tracer and Illusion on this Genji. Sweatpants able to find WoW Classic. Control doesn't have beat quite yet, tries to build it, only 10% away. Control able to find Sweatpants, and now Triplet on this Moira. Ferocious Pig finds one, BB5 finds Blank, and now going to be looking for more here. Triplet's able to find Anarchy, and now Barracuda is going to drop down that sound barrier and secure this point, but 8% left and still have Annihilation. No ultimates ready for Scorpions as they're just trying to build them up, but 3% left, and Barracuda's looking very strong.
Ferocious Pig going huge, especially with this Annihilation. Just going to walk straight into the backline. Control taking out Frozen, BB5 taking out Blank, and the side of Scorpions just falling as they walk to get that last contest. Barracudas with the map win.
Yeah, a really good job coming in from the Barracudas, able to take that round very, very dominantly, and will now move forward. Match point, and who better than to give Triplet our wonderful play of the game to?
Yeah, this is going to be great to watch. This window is exactly what we want to see from Baptiste, especially in Overwatch 2, just dealing so much damage. With that lack of shields, you are just able to pump it out onto the squishies, especially as they cross open space such as that. So I'm loving Triplet on this Baptiste.
Yeah, Triplet on the Baptiste. We've seen Triplet on Lucio. We've seen Triplet on Kiriko, on Zenyatta. I think the only hero we haven't seen Triplet on support pop off on has been Mercy.
Well, that is a bit hard to do, so we can cut him some slack.
Well, I think the by pop off, I mean, I think the most kills Triplet's ever gotten in a row on Mercy was 2.
Okay, well, I would consider that popping off. If I got 2 kills on Mercy, I would be standing up at my desk.
Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, with that, Scorpions will take, Barracudas, Scorpions, Barracudas. Barracudas will take game number 1 there in this best of 3. Going into the next round, next game here of this best of 3 here, game point for them. Let's go ahead and take a look at what map we are going to. I believe it will be Escort, if I am not mistaken, and it will be Circuit Royale. Ethan, do you think we see a Lifeweaver?
This might actually be a great map for Lifeweaver, as I think one of the best combinations with Lifeweaver is the snipers to get them a weird different angle that the other sniper isn't expecting. You see a lot of good players watching for those jump shots, watching for those common angles, and when you have something like the Lifeweaver, they're able to kind of change up those normal angles, catch someone off guard, and kind of break the normal flow of how a sniper map might go.
So one of the things I want to talk about with Lifeweaver that I've seen in a couple of YouTube videos is the ability of Lifeweaver to drag the teammate across, right? Including like a Pharah during the middle of Barrage.
Oh, yes. Have you seen the Reapers in the Reaper ult? You can just drag them straight through the enemy team, ulting the whole time. That is fantastic.
So I am curious to see, maybe we'll see a Widow get pulled up into the air with a nice shot, right? We might see some interesting things with these Lifeweaver techs.
Yeah, that would be really cool. If we could see a combo with a Widow with the Lifeweaver, that would be fantastic. But I think we will be seeing what they're going to run as we head into Circuit.
Yeah, Circuit ready to go. Game number 2, folks, of this best of 3. Barracuda's match point. And here we have it. WoW Classic going to be subbed in on this Lifeweaver. Ferocious Pig going to be on the Sig, Triplet on the Zenyatta, Control on the Widow, BB5 on the Hanzo. Scorpions will have Anarchy on the Lifeweaver, Blank on the Mercy, Illusion on the Echo, Sweatpants on the Pharah, Frozen Phoenix on the Reinhardt. What are your thoughts here, Ethan?
We might get to see both of what we were talking about. We have a Lifeweaver with the snipers, and we have a Lifeweaver with the Pharah, so we might be lucky enough to actually see both things happen here as you see them looking for those over-the-top rollouts that we were talking about. The Reinhardt pedal pinned over the top. This is exactly what we wanted to see.
Yeah, I'm keeping that one in my books. The Reinhardt pin off the top ropes, just like in Route 66. Triplet will just do Triplet things and take out Anarchy. Frozen Phoenix going to try to pin kill on the WoW Classic, so both Lifeweavers will be gone. Come on, guys. We wanted to watch the Lifeweavers. What's this about? Why you got to kill them off so early? BB5 will take out Illusion. The pin goes in on a Ferocious Pig as Illusion will find that credited kill. And now the Scorpions able to go forward and continue their great defensive play.
Yeah, that was a great rollout there from the side of the Scorpions, getting that Life Weaver pedal, lifting the Reinhardt over, and the pin just to close all the space, not allowing the side of Barracudas to really use their spam comp, which wants range in between the teams. And picking 2 flyers on this map is kind of risky, as you see the team of Barracudas running that double hit scan triplet on the Baptiste, making that triple hit scan. So that is very dangerous if you are Scorpions.
Yeah, you really have to be aware of that. I mean, you're basically just running the entire composition counter to you if you have triplet. So, yeah, you should have to be aware, have to be a little bit aware of that, as Illusion will be taken down by BB5 on this Ashe. And now we will see Sweatpants taken down by Control. Triplet, now it's your turn to take out the last flyer of the team. BB5 will, and Blank falls. Anarchy going to fall to just a sliver of HP. Frozen Phoenix as well. The pin comes out. And, oh, Ferocious Pig just barely staying alive.
Yeah, just like we talked about, see Scorpions kind of switching up their comp here. That double hit scan is really brutal, especially as you round that corner, and they can kind of just stand on that high ground. You don't get much of an advantage if you can fly, if they are already above you on the high ground. So we see Illusion swapping over to the Widow, and Sweatpants onto that traditional Genji pick.
Yeah, and with this, Scorpions going to be looking to engage here. They will have this Tree of Life, and they will have Shatter ready to be used. Tree of Life now going to be forced down early. The pull comes in from the side of Barracudas to keep their Widow alive, but only for a little bit longer as a big anti-nade goes in onto Ferocious Pig. Now, Lamp used as well here. BB5 finds Illusion. That gives the Barracudas a big walking point to just avoid a Widow. Sweatpants falls low, and Matrix used. Shatter finds...
Huge Shatter.
Oh my! Shatter's able to find all 5 of them. Sweatpants and Frozen Phoenix will now clean house and take this point forward.
You could see him calculating that, just waiting for the shield to go down, hiding behind the car, waiting for the window, waiting for the shield, and at the perfect moment just shatters the whole team. That was super well done by Frozen Phoenix, and really showing how Ryan can be played into this spam composition of Barracuda.
Yeah, and you know exactly how Frozen Phoenix did that, because Ice Lights has teamed up with Esports Tower, so you better scan that QR code on the screen and use the promo code esports15 at checkout for 15% off your purchase if you want to play like Frozen Phoenix.
Illusion with a great shot onto Triplet, immediately traded out by Control, but the loss of that Baptiste is really going to wear on Barracudas, especially with a Nano Rhine in their face. Ferocious Pig trying to deal with the Nano Rhine, but he gets pulled away by the Life Weaver and immediately pins right back in.
Yeah, and that pedal still sitting there waiting for someone to use it. No one stepped on it quite yet, though, as there we go. Ferocious Pig will go up on it. Illusion is able to find BB5. And now Ferocious Pig finds another one on to Blank. Barracudas will start to fall. Will start to take out the Scorpions as they all fall down, just like pedals.
Yeah, great ults there from the side of Barracudas. Ferocious Pig using that Sigma ult to keep the Nano Rhine away. Wild Classic using that tree to make up for the loss of healing in the Baptiste. But now Scorpion coming in with the Blade and the sights from the Widow. We'll see if the tree can be used to keep the Blade alive while he's in the middle of the team. That would be pretty cool if we could see that combo.
Yeah, Illusion popping that infrared sights. Going to look for a shot. Can't quite find it, though. Tree of Life. I mean, Blade has been used from the Scorpion. Sweatpants drops it and will find Triple. Looking for more. Sweatpants finds another one, but will get rocked down by Ferocious Pig. WoW Classic going to get slept on top of their pedal as Control will take out Illusion. Anarchy switches over to this Brig as we are going to see Frozen Phoenix able to take out Ferocious Pig. Shatter ready to be used here. Frozen Phoenix going to have a little bit of a trip up in the end.
As funny as it is, actually getting slept on top of that pedal might have saved Wild Classic there, because when you're sleeping, they couldn't actually see you as you're so high up, and laying down your hitbox gets lower to the ground. So it might actually have saved them for a little bit, but not for the points. Sweatpants and Illusion coming back on those fast, nimble characters, able to finish out the last kills and cap the second point.
Yeah, and we are going to see Scorpions now going to words are not my specialty. Scorpions will have this second point ready to go. No ultimates, though, except for this Nano. Barracudas, on the other hand, will have this Flux ready to be used. Pulse Bomb almost ready as well here. So, good spot for the Barracudas, but the Scorpions have a really good chance to really control this ult advantage, depending on how they take this fight. As we are going to see, the pin won't connect as the Rock will. Sweatpants finds BB5, though, so Scorpions can start to engage. Nano will be ready and hasn't been used quite yet, but the pin goes in. Triplet finds Sweatpants. The Gravitic Flux comes out as well And now Reinhardt falls low. Illusion takes out control. The nano hasn't been used yet from Blank to keep Frozen Phoenix alive. Triplet does have this amplification matrix ready to be used here. No ultimates were used yet.
Yeah, Scorpions had a huge advantage here. They were able to not use these ults and keep pushing the cart, but unfortunately, right when they get around that corner, BB5 takes out Illusion. And now the Barracudas building up some ults of their own with that BAP window, the Sojourn Railgun, and the Mercy ult. And we've seen what Triplet can do with those BAP windows.
Yeah, you have to be very, very careful. But look at the Scorpions just holding all of their ultimates, almost 4 of them ready here. Barracudas will have 3. Overclock is the first one to be popped, as well as Rally from the side of the Scorpions. Sweatpants falls low. Nano uses a little Amplification Matrix, and Valkyrie Blade is going to be used next here for the Scorpions, as well as the Scorpions are just going to continue to walk through this. Illusion still has the Pulse Bomb. WoW Classic will get a revive. Triplet still alive. I didn't even know you could stand there, Ethan, as the Scorpions will take this one. Illusion has not used that Pulse Bomb, and there it is. And the Scorpions with a very good round 1 completion.
Yeah, a little bit of an unorthodox comp coming up from the Scorpions. Usually you do see these longer range sniper comps with something like a Sigma or maybe something like an Orisa to do range damage, but Scorpions opting for that brawl, just bunkering down on the cart, not letting themselves get taken out, just continuing to get cart progress through all of the fights. And the side of Barracuda is not really taking any angles, trying to meet them head on. But when you're on that spam comp, you can't really beat this Reinhardt comp head on. You need to be taking those angles.
Yeah, and with this, a very good spot for the side of the Scorpions to really just go forward and take this victory. So really good positioning here. Barracuda is going to have this same composition but BB5 on this Genji here. Scorpions now have the Bastion and the Symmetra. I think we're going to see a nice little front of the door hold here.
That would be amazing. I would love to see them sitting above these spawn doors, especially with the squishier composition coming up from Barracudas. They will almost certainly be able to take this first fight very quickly. I don't know if they've gotten here in time. It looks like they are looking to walk for that TP set up early. Where is Anarchy headed? He's going to this high ground. This is going to be a great position from the Zen. We'll see if they wait to TP until the doors open, but the team of Scorpions is just waiting patiently outside the doors of the Barracudas, and there it is. The TP goes. They are now above the spawn of the Barracudas. How will they get them out?
Yeah, Anarchy just causing a little bit of anarchy over there in that corner. BB5 does hear some noise and will jump. Oh no, not like this. BB5 will be taken down by Frozen Phoenix, but now Frozen Phoenix on this low ground could... Okay, you know what, Ethan? Take this one away.
Frozen Phoenix does not care what they have to say. He had no time for BB5's nonsense up there on the Genji. And this is something like the Havana close hold that we like to see, where the Reinhardt will just stand outside the spawn doors and let his team do damage. BB5 finally taking down Sweatpants. Lamp not forced yet though, so they are still surviving up there with the Zen Triplet trying to get some range damage while supporting his Genji.
Yeah, BB5 able to find Illusion finally up there on the top. Triplet's able to find Blank. Control falls. Ferocious Pig finds Anarchy. BB5 next, and now we are going to see Frozen Phoenix gets the pin, but will get stunned down, and WoW Classic gets credited with that kill. Barracudas, after about a minute of getting spawn held, will start to bring this cart forward.
Yeah, if you're the team of Scorpions, you are very happy with that. Unfortunately, you do have to swap off the Bastion as it doesn't work for the rest of this map, so you can't keep that ultimate. But the rest of the team staying, keeping that ultimate advantage, and they've already got a minute off the clock. This is going to be great for their hold. Unfortunately, Triplet did so much that they already have that Transcendence. So these first ultimates, especially that window, might be countered by the Transcendence. We'll see how they're able to work with that.
Yeah, it really comes down to how Triplet can take this Transcendence, and if the Scorpions know that they have that Transcendence and are ready to get rid of it. The Genji's going to have a nice little battle here. Illusion will find Triplet. Triplet will find Illusion. Control will be found out by Frozen Phoenix. BB5 able to take out Sweatpants, and now Frozen Phoenix falling low here. Amplification Matrix has been used. The Shatter as well, but the Transcendence comes in return. Blade has been, not Blade, sorry, BB5 almost has Blade here. Blank able to find BB5, but Frozen Phoenix off the edge, taking off Ferocious Pig as well, though, and Scorpions are somehow keeping this one alive.
Yeah, that was a great patient play there by the supports of Scorpions, just playing it slow, not overextending, making sure their tank stays alive, and Frozen Phoenix doing a great job hitting a Shatter, understanding they will trans, and pinning the tank off the map. Usually you like to see the Ryan cancel that pin right before they go off as well, but you know, for style points, he decided to take it all the way.
Yeah, or, you know, sometimes if you play like me, you kind of forget that you're in Overwatch 2 and you have an Overwatch moment. But BB5 is going to get nanoed here with this blade, has 1 second left, and will be able to find Blank with it. Control finding 2 others on a Sweatpants and Frozen Phoenix. Now it is just Illusion left on the point, as well as Anarchy. Anarchy now taken down. Illusion was able to get out alive and find BB5, actually, but will be taken down by a punch and a shot from Control. And stretch up the fist a little bit.
Yeah, Scorpion's making some good adjustments here, getting onto that Brig. They see the dive comp coming up from Barracudas with that Doomfist and that Genji, so they decide to swap over to the Brig to kind of survive through those dives more. So I'm really liking that swap.
Yeah, we are going to see a little bit of a pause, maybe a slight technical difficulty, but nothing to worry about. I'm sure we'll be getting back into the game momentarily here. But Ethan, so far what we have seen, how are you feeling about this?
I'm really enjoying this. We saw some very unique strategies coming out so far on Circuit. Usually this map is not slow, but you kind of just see the snipers trading it back and forth, but they are really changing that up and bringing out some unique comps. So I'm excited to see how they continue to play this.
Yeah, and like I said, quick pauses. We love quick pauses, as there's nothing really to worry about there. Looks like whatever the issue was has been fixed as we get right back into the fight here. So for those of you who may have forgotten where we just were, here we are. Scorpions going to continue their defense. Barracudas did just cap that first point. Sweatpants going to put some pressure onto Control. Oh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous, but Sweatpants will come out on top. Only just by a little bit of HP will come out as well alive. Sweatpants able to find another one onto BB5. Going to look for more and might be able to find WoW Classic here, as Anarchy is just going to take charge on this Brig.
Yeah, that is what you love to see as it gets later into the fight. That Brig just walking deeper and deeper forward, acting like that Reinhardt, especially as Frozen dies early in the fight. So they are able to kind of take over that job as the tank. But here we're going to see a showdown as Sweatpants does have that blade, but Triplet on the side of Barracudas has the trans. So we'll see who is able to get the better of this ult trade.
Yeah, we are going to see Shatter used now. Will find Triplet. If they can find Triplet, the Transcendence is gone, and they do. Ferocious Pig is also going to fall there. Scorpions, really good defense at the time. Sweatpants finds another one to BB5, and now WoW Classic is just going to try and stay alive here, and will do so very well. Scorpions, 4 ultimates to their name, and they're going to hold right here, Ethan.
Yeah, great swap by Ferocious Pig, realizing they are going to hold the spawn and swapping onto that Ramatra to get more brawl done. But Sweatpants does not care, immediately taking out WoW Classic. And even with the trans, Anarchy just pops that rally and they are able to sustain. Blank picking up BB5 even through the trans. This is looking very good for Scorpions.
Yeah, and they still have 2 ultimates in their names. Barracudas will have Nano Blade ready to be used here on the door, but they need to get out first, and that's going to be very, very difficult, especially if Blank decides to Amplification Matrix their spawn doors, or just have a wall in the spawn doors, as the Scorpions are quite literally spawn holding the Barracudas at the moment, Ethan.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Scorpions, Barracudas did swap onto that Sombra and are now C9ing the point, so we will see if they notice. They do end up sending someone back, but that is enough for Ferocious Pig to walk out and take out Anarchy. Unfortunately, a missed shadow there from Frozen. Ferocious pretty excited about that one, and now they'll be pushing up to meet their Sombra on the cart.
Yeah, I mean, but if you're the Scorpions, they still got to go back up this hill again. You'll have the high ground advantage. You have Blank's ultimate here, so you do have a chance, but Barracudas do have 3 very, very powerful ultimates to take this fight, but they only have 40 seconds to do it, so one mishap and the Barracudas could lose this map and have the series tied back up to a match point here. Annihilation will be ready to be used. Blank takes out Control. Blade has been used. Nano won't be used, though. BB5 will find Illusion. There's the Nano. Ferocious Pig able to find Anarchy. BB5 going to be able to find Sweatpants as well. Now 1 meter away as the point will get captured. It's just 1 member left for the side of Scorpions, and it will be Blank as well. Classic's able to find them, and now just 1 member left, and it will be Ferocious Pig. Frozen Phoenix, who BB5 will fall down to, but taken down by Triplet. 1 minute and 40 seconds for the Scorpions to defend this final point from the Barracudas.
Yeah, this is still looking pretty good for the side of Scorpions, though. I really like this auto swap by Anarchy. I don't know if this is ult tracking by them, but even if they do trans from Triplet, they are still able to hit that anti-nade and kill people through the trans. So if that was the intention of the swap, that is very smart, especially with the Ramatra ult coming out, also able to be countered by that Ana if you land a sleep, especially when they're in that form. They are huge, very easy to land that sleep.
Yeah, so very, very good swap here from Anarchy. Blank still holding on to that Amplification Matrix. Illusion almost has this wall ready to be used. Barracuda's going on this right side, not pushing cart at the moment. Scorpions looking for a pick, but Ferocious Pig will find the first one onto Frozen Phoenix. Blank able to find control. Trades on either side. One DPS gone for both teams at the moment here as Barracudas will look for this pick. Ferocious Pig finds Blank while Classic will fall to Sweatpants. Triplet will kick Sweatpants in the face and find that pick, and now Illusion able to just barely get out alive. Will take out this Symmetra teleporter, but Scorpions so far pretty good job with this defense.
Yeah, very smart of them to kind of push that top right, especially when they, at the beginning of this, now as they get into the later section, they will have more map control, but they do decide to give that up in favor of pushing the cart, which will end with them surrounded. Blank popping that window on high ground, looking to get another pick as he's been doing consistently throughout this game.
Yeah, and we will see Blade ready to be used for Sweatpants. If the Matrix has been used by Blank, could not find any damage value from it yet, though. Barracudas will have this Transcendent still, and Ferocious Pig will get stunned. Sweatpants will pop this Blade control, able to find Frozen Phoenix. Transcendence has been used by Triple to stop this Blade, but the Nano's been given to Sweatpants, who's able to find BB5. While Classic falls, and Illusion will find another one with the turret on the control. Blank finds Triplet. Sweatpants, the only one going to fall down to Ferocious Pig is Blank, the 1v1 warrior, and the Scorpions will even this series up 1-1 in this best of 3. We've got one more game to go, Ethan.
Yeah, that was really well played there. The Barracudas taking an early advantage on that third point, looking like they were in a very strong position, but moving off of that high ground, they do lose the positioning. It gets surrounded late there, but we see again this huge shatter by Frozen Phoenix waiting on the cart, waiting for that shield to drop, gets pulled back by the Life Weaver just to finish off that fight.
Yeah, and just like that, we'll see the Scorpions and the Barracudas even once more here. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing, go ahead and check out Esports Tower on all of their social medias. That's going to be at Esports Tower, everywhere you want to go find them on TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Basically, yeah, everywhere, YouTube probably as well, if you want to go check them out. And of course, if you want to see more of us, see what we do here at Shenandoah University, check us out at ShenU Esports on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and then at Shenandoah Esports on YouTube and Twitch, as we've got some very good recap videos and hype videos and all that crazy stuff that you definitely want to go check out if you want to see more of us. But I mean, there are so many good plays coming out from this game so far from these players, and now we're going to a final game, so really, really good job.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm loving seeing the support play come out this match. They are absolutely killing it. The supports are getting most of the opening picks here and building their ultimates the fastest, so I'm really hoping to continue seeing that. No discredit to the DPS, but when you are in Overwatch 2, the supports are most of your killing power now.
Yeah, I mean, the supports have such good killing blows. I mean, you have Zenyatta, who just does so much damage. That triple burst coming out from Baptiste. You have Kiriko, who does 120 damage if you can hit headshots.
For some reason.
Yeah, for some reason. I mean, there's just so much that can happen. And what I will say is this, though, is when you have a Kiriko who has 100... Actually, you know what? I'm going to ask you an opinion real quick, Ethan. 120 damage Kiriko headshot. Okay, but you have to hit the headshot. Magnetic Grenade for Cass is 120 damage.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I much prefer the Kiriko headshot.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it should be hard to hit 120 damage. But that's just me. But we do have map pool for map number 3. Final game of the night, folks. Ready to go. And it will be Kings Row. Ethan, want to see some Reinhardt again?
I'm so excited. I'm really hoping to see some Reinhardt. We saw some fantastic Reinhardt play on Circuit Royale, and that has to be one of the hardest Reinhardt maps to play in the game. So if we can see good Reinhardt gameplay on that, I am excited for what we see on Kings Row.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you have a player like Frozen Phoenix who's just so incredibly good at Reinhardt. We've seen them before. I wouldn't be surprised to see Frozen Phoenix once again insta-lock this Reinhardt on Kings Row. See some very cool plays going into this match. So curious to see what comes out on top here, as it does look like the match is almost ready to go. So let's go ahead and get ready to see what these two teams are going to decide that they want to play on this game, and it will be a Reinhardt mirror.
Yeah, this is great. A very familiar comp coming out here from the Barracudas. They have that Reinhardt, the Bastion, and the Mei. So this is going to be exactly what we were seeing earlier with the wall and then an immediate transform to burn somebody. from the side of Scorpions is looking a little bit different, where they have most of their damage coming from that Junkrat. And Blank, who we saw on the Baptiste last map getting lots of picks, is now on the Widow to really get more picks, because they saw that was apparently their job last map. So they're going to lean into that and pick the Widow.
Yeah, and with this, the May wall already going to be used on the side of the Barracudas. And gonna start engaging. Mango will find Wild Classic. Control will also fall to Illusion here. And this is the Scorpions doing a really good job starting to walk forward. The stun comes out on the Reinhardts, but the Barracudas are forced to back up. Both lamps have been used. The Scorpions still alive and well, and will start to bring this one back in their favor.
Yeah, Barracuda is really trying to go for that early take control, going for a wall in that first choke. But once you miss that wall, you don't have that much stopping power as the team of Scorpions walks into you. Frozen Phoenix getting tons of damage done, and Illusion just spamming at your team, not allowing you to take any space.
Yeah, and with this, the Scorpions, 5.5 minutes, Ethan. They're doing such a good job. Blank is on this Widow, so we could see some good shots. I mean, there are a lot of picks that the Scorpions can take onto the Barracudas here to bring this in their favor. But once again, wall has been used as well as amplification matrix from the side of BB5. Frozen Phoenix is able to find Frozen Phoenix with their own amplification matrix, and Blank will take out Wild Classics as well here. The walls on either side of this match right now. No one's fallen yet, though, as we are going to see the Scorpions will take out all of the Barracudas. Ferocious Pig starting to switch over to this Ramatra, and Triplet going to take a subway.
Yeah, we see the story of that fight again being that Maywall from Control not quite blocking off the choke, allowing the rest of the Scorpions to kind of filter in and follow up on the team. We see Mango taking out Triplet late into the fight, did not regroup with the team, but is coming back with that beat. And Illusion ready with the tire. They are not planning to let Barracudas get this momentum back.
Yeah, the Barracudas only have that beat online, as well as Scorpions will have this tire, will have this shatter. Shatter has been used, but won't be able to connect with anyone. Beat has been dropped by Triplet. Scorpions have this tire, the only thing left, and will use the tire. Pin has been used. Illusion finds two, and that's exactly what the Scorpions need to start engaging forward again.
Blank taken out, but nothing compared to the pick onto the tank of the Barracudas. Illusion with a massive tire. They take down the Bastion, and now it is only BB5. A huge fight from the Scorpions to maintain this momentum, and they are going to probably cap without a recontest here, giving them over 5 minutes.
Yeah, just under 5.5 to be exact here. Blank will find Control, does have this sound barrier. Mango will have amplification matrix. Illusion finds Triplet, and the pin comes in from Frozen Phoenix. Will get punished as Ferocious Pig finds them. Beat has been dropped. Mango is able to take out an Immortality Field. Ferocious Pig searching for Sweatpants, who is just sitting in their spawn.
Yeah, Frozen Phoenix really going a little bit too aggressive there. Sweatpants trying to bail them out with that beat, but it was not quite early enough. So now they are down that beat, down their tank, and will have to go for a reset.
Yeah, Barracuda is using this amplification matrix, however, to bring forward their momentum once more. They will have that artillery strike as well as annihilation. Scorpions will have Shatter almost ready, Tire almost ready again, as well as Mango's amplification matrix. So Scorpions looking good here. Ferocious Pig will start early by taking out the lamp for the side of the Scorpions, which is really, really good for the Barracudas to start this fight off strong and prevent any sort of saving grace capabilities here for the side of Scorpions.
Yeah, and Ferocious Pig looking to go in very aggressive, especially with this annihilation. They have no defensive ults to keep them alive. Mango falling to Control, really fast Control, picking up both supports on the side of the Scorpions. Huge advantage, and they are just able to clean up the rest of the team swiftly.
Yeah, Scorpions, though, going to have 4 ultimates now. Barracudas looking to have Annihilation. Will have this High Noon. Triplet 25 from this beat. BB5 will be as well 25 from their amplification matrix. So both these supports are almost at their ults, but Scorpions do have this advantage, and if they start off strong, they start off fast, they'll be able to control this tempo and really take this momentum back into their favor. Shatter has been used, and we'll find the stun on BB5. Dragons will also be used as well as amplification matrix on the side of Scorpions. Frozen Phoenix able to find 2. Mango's able to find WoW Classic, and now Mango finding another one on the Ferocious Pig, and it's just going to be a team kill if they can find Triplet, who does have this beat, but Triplet's able to get back into spawn here. It looks like maybe Triplet trying to get back, and Blank finds a headshot, and that's a major stagger.
Yeah, great fight when they're from Scorpions, but they did use 3 ults, and Ferocious Pig coming out here with this Annihilation. They're going to have to find a way to take him out quickly. But Sweatpants with the double boof and Illusion, just like I said, tiring Ferocious Pig. But BB5 is not going to let that happen as he gets a 4K on the Baptiste. We keep seeing these players swap up their roles, and the DPS player at BB5 is coming out now on this DPS Baptiste.
Yeah, and now we're going to see Barracudas used all of their ultimate. Scorpions will basically just have this sound barrier, so it's going to be a pretty dry fight. But if the Scorpions can keep Sweatpants alive and build that beat, it's going to be a really good fight and a really easy fight for the Scorpions to win this.
Yeah, Frozen Phoenix making that swap over onto the Ramatra, trying to go for that mirror, already building up to 35% as Annihilation does build insanely quickly. Blank finding that pick onto control with the Storm Arrows, and now Scorpions are able to walk it in 97 to that beat.
Yeah, and now that beat now going to be active as well as they almost have Nano and Dragons online here. Frozen Phoenix will start to get aggressive with this Nemesis form. The lamp has been forced, but is going to get beaten just barely in time. But Frozen Phoenix falls so incredibly low, needs to stay alive here as Sweatpants will find WoW Classic. Nano will be online as well as Dragons. Both of them use here. Control finds Sweatpants, but 2 meters away, 1 minute and 45 seconds. And the Scorpions will finish King's Row round 1 completion, attacking side.
Wow, Blank really coming through. We were talking about all those picks last map. We saw the swap onto the Sniper and assumed he was going for more of those picks, and he did not fail, getting picks almost every single fight. And Sweatpants going from that Genji onto the support Genji of Lucio, getting consistent boops once they found their way onto this 3rd point.
Really good job coming in from the Scorpions players. Barracudas did a really good job as well there. We saw BB5 get a nice crisp 4K on that Baptiste. And now it comes in to the question of, can the Barracudas come out on top here? Can they be able to not only complete this, but then go into round 3 and 4 again against the Scorpions? Minute and 47 is definitely something you can compete with, but you still have to finish. You still have to finish with above 0 seconds left if you even want a chance to have the attacking side.
Yeah, and I really like this adaptation coming in. The Barracudas swapping up to a more blow-up style to punish this aggressive Reinhardt on the side of Frozen Phoenix. They're on that Bastion, on that Sojourn, but the Scorpions, recognizing that Ferocious Pig does like to run the Ramatra, swapping onto the Zen Ana, which is so difficult for the Ramatra to deal with. They usually survive with that block when they go in deep, but being antied, being discorded, you get taken out so quickly.
Yeah, and now with the Scorpions on this brawl-esque style of composition, will be on this defending side here. Ferocious Pig already taking a lot of damage. Will go down to just about a quarter of HP here. This Moira, what's your opinion of the Moira here, Ethan?
The Moira is definitely an interesting pick. It feels like a direct pick into that Genji of Sweatpants. Did not know that is still a counter, but a lot of people do like to take it. You can do damage consistently, really forcing them out of their close spots that you like to play as a Genji. BB5 switching on to that Pharah. There is no hit scan on the side of Scorpion, so it'll be up to Mango and maybe some of Blank to kill BB5.
Yeah, and Control will switch over to this Pharah as well, so it will be a Far Mercy composition. Frozen Phoenix able to find a pin on the Ferocious Pig there, and no Illusion, please. No.
Illusion is getting ready. He sees that Pharah. He lined his mine up, and he is getting ready to launch into the air and have some aerial combat. But Sweatpants does not wait, takes out the Moira and Triplet, trying to counter the Genji, but instead gets countered themselves.
Yeah, and with no hit scan, BB5 really does have a lot of free reign here, but with Mango on Ana, you don't. Sweatpants able to find Ferocious Pig. Frozen Phoenix now going to just pin into the spawn doors of the Scorpions. The shatter from the spawn doors?
Frozen Phoenix doing his best Dragon Blade X cosplay here, camping outside the spawn doors, looking for those aggressive shatters. This is what you absolutely love to see.
Yeah, and now the Barracudas, with about 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, have to get to this point. BB5 will take out Sweatpants, and that's a great start, as that was their blade BB5 will get pressured down by Mango, which is just so much damage at so much amount of a time. We will see Transcendence pop by Blank right after finding Ferocious Pig. Illusion is going to fall here. Sweatpants is going to start to get back on a point here. Control will get the resurrection. Blank's able to find Control. Blank will fall down to WoW Classic though, and it does look like the Barracudas will start to be able to cap this point as WoW Classic will find Frozen Phoenix. The Scorpions will lose this first point, and the Barracudas only having to use both support ultimates to do it.
Yeah, the value really coming out there from the Moira. Quick coalescence built and walking their team in. The damage orb finding Illusion, trying to sneak up with the tire. Illusion almost falling to that Moira orb and then is taken out by the Pharah. But Blank quickly returning with a kill onto BB5, which is almost immediately rezzed.
Yeah, and that's the thing with this Far Mercy composition is you just get that resurrection. And so whenever you die, especially if you're playing at such like you're playing really high up on the map, right? But you're playing so close to your team that if you die, your dead body falls on top of your team anyways. So it's a good and easy resurrection for the side of Barracuda. Scorpions will have some ultimates going into this fight. Barrage, you can tell that BB5 is looking for it and wants to get a major play of the game. Can't quite go over that roof though, unfortunately, so can't go all the way for that flank, but will be looking for someone to find as Illusion pops the tire from behind. Going to look for it. Mango finds BB5. The tire won't be able to find anyone, but Sweatpants is able to find Control. Mango's able to find another one on WoW Classic. Mango with 2 kills now. Ferocious Pig going to be forced back on the Scorpions, only using 1 ultimate, doing a really good job to force the Barracudas back.
Yeah, great tire by Illusion, not rushing that, taking the long way around, kind of causing the side of Barracudas to back up and look for that while Scorpions take angles and try to take them out without needing the tire to actually find any kills. Now Barracuda is trying to sneak their way in, trying to get a flank, but Sweatpants solo barrage by BB5. He was having none of the Genji.
That's honestly fair. That's how I feel when I'm playing Pharah. As Mango pop amplification, Matrix Blank will find Control, but it won't matter as the Scorpions will topple down and fall, and the Barracudas will take this match, this momentum back in their favor. They still have this Death Blossom and Annihilation that they've been holding on to for quite some time though.
Yeah, and this fight win won't bring the Barracudas to the end of second point. Scorpions will for sure get a recontest here with Illusion swapping onto that Cass, ready to take out the Pharah, who has lost their Mercy. So with that Discord, with that Cass, should be taken out quite quickly. They do have to be careful of this Blossom, though, as he does look like he's getting ready to use it. Early Shatter from Frozen Phoenix, though.
Yeah, and now we are going to see Blade, Transcendence, and Annihilation all use trades on either side. It is just a Q-Fest here in the Esports Tower Showcase Rumbles Friends for the Spring Finals, and Blank will find Control here. And Scorpions, after all of that, will come out on top. WoW Classic did die early in that fight, so was not able to use that Death Blossom. Unfortunately, Control will also be ready to have this Kitsune Rush ready to go. Mango takes out Triplet, though. Scorpions really only have this amplification measure, so the Barracudas are in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, they really are. And Barracuda's coming in here with a Winston swap. They have that Rush, they have that Reaper roll, and as we saw in the first Overwatch League meta of Overwatch 2 after that Junker Queen, the Rush Reaper roll is very deadly. So the team of Scorpions is going to have to be very careful here, have some good positioning, and be careful when the Reaper TPs in.
Yeah, for our wonderful Overwatch 1 veterans, Beyblade 2.0, as we will see the Death Blossom is used, but it's not going to do much, unfortunately, as trades on either side will come in. Triplet now going to pop that Coalescence. Scorpions have popped that Amplification Matrix as well here, but Ferocious Pig jumps on and will force the rest of the Scorpions to fall down here. Mango is the only one alive, and she is trying to get out alive. We'll grab that Mega, but unfortunately, oh wait, Ferocious Pig actually going to just barely stay alive, as Mango will now be able to retreat with her team, but a minute and 50 seconds for the Barracudas to finish.
And there we see again the Moira value. First point capped on the back of a Coalescence, second point capped on the back of another good Coalescence. So you're asking me about the Moira earlier, and honestly, they're getting a lot more value than I expected when I first saw it.
That's just the power of Triplet, if you had to ask me, Ethan, as we will see Ferocious Pig jumps in onto Mango there, who is still alive. Illusion, but just half HP, will get healed up now, though, and does have this Deadeye available. Frozen Phoenix having Shatter and does use it. Will find one at least, but a great fade comes in from the Moira.
Yeah, Triplet really getting the most out of this Moira. Unfortunately, Mango taking out Ferocious Pig, but both tanks are down. Blank using that Transcendence to take back this space without a tank, and Sweatpants just walking it down into the other team.
Yeah, we are going to see Frozen Phoenix switches over to this Wrecking Ball. Blank's able to find BB5. Control will get caught out there from Sweatpants. Mango will have Amplification Matrix. Sweatpants will have this Blade. Wild Classic still alive here. Ferocious Pig has the Primal Rage Triplet. Almost another Coalescence, and this could be exactly what they need to take this victory as BB5 will switch over to the Mei. Cleanse comes out as Sweatpants pops the Blade. Will search for WoW Classic, but cannot find them. BB5 actually finds Illusion in this mess of a fight here. Triplet pops the Coalescence. Amplification Matrix popped from Mango here. And Ferocious Pig does have Primal. Control does have Kitsune Rush. Lamp has been used, and Scorpions are trying to fall back, but it takes so much effort to do so with Ferocious Pig on a 5-second cooldown of a jump.
Yeah, he's going even deeper here, trying to get that Primal Rage onto the supports, but so much damage coming out from the backline of Scorpions. We have the Zen Discord Orb with the Baptiste damage just absolutely blowing up Ferocious Pig on this Winston. And Frozen Phoenix a lot more survivable on the ball, so much less damage coming out that they will just burn down the side of Barracudas.
Yeah, and with that, the Scorpions will take this game number 3, 2-1 against the Barracudas. And if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club, because Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights, and with our featured Rumbles, recruiters are taking notice too. It's a great way to score exposure if you are looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship, just like players like BB5 with an amazing 4-piece.
Yeah, that was a great series. We saw 2 Baptiste play of the games. That is exactly what we want to see from the support lines in these games. And they have been highlighted all series, really fragging more than the DPS some of the time. Even with the players swapping between them, the DPS players going onto the supports and showing us they can do the same thing.
Yeah, and with that, I mean, you just have such a good sort of sense of how these players are playing, what they do, and with that, you do see the Scorpions taking that victory. But there was one player in specific that really popped off in all of the matches we saw today and the 4 games we saw earlier with the Battle of the Flyers, of the Hawks, and the, I was about to say Falcons, Hawks and the Eagles, and then coming into this one with the Scorpions and the Barracudas, and that was Sweatpants, our wonderful player of the week, presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure, because you'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Sweatpants, our player of the week. With plays like this, it makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah. We even saw them go over to that Lucio, getting massive boop kills on King's Row, but throughout the entire series, just dominating on this Genji. It was a pleasure to watch Sweatpants play.
Yeah, Sweatpants, we've talked about it before, is such an incredible Genji player, has always been an incredible Genji player, especially when it comes to these matchups, has always been someone who just sort of shows up and performs at such a high level. And, I mean, we see these through these replays that we saw from Sweatpants today. Such an incredible, such an amazing player.
Yeah, absolutely. And working well with the team, too, as you see here, combining with that EMP to just get a massive blade. You can see their patience. They wait for the right time. They're playing their angles, and boom, kills the entire team over and over again.
Yeah, that play was so incredibly good coming in from Sweatpants, able to find a nice little 3-4K there with the Dragons and come out on top. But, I mean, after all of that, Ethan, what are your final thoughts of today's games?
I was just very pleased to see so many compositions being played. We saw swaps from the player swapping roles to the player swapping characters, and we saw almost every character being played today. We might have seen almost every character played, which makes for amazing Overwatch. I think that's the best part about Overwatch, when there are many characters being played, there's constant swapping. Each team has to adapt, so I was very happy with what happened.
Yeah, very, very good matches today. And next week, we'll be having some wonderful Esports Tower Valorant Rumbles, so you don't want to miss that. That'll be next Tuesday. But also, don't forget to head to iSlidesUSA.com and use promo code esports15 to go get yourself some nice pairs of slides because they're going to look so very, very nice. I'm willing to bet, but we're going to send it over to some replays. We had a great time tonight. Go ahead, take a look at some of the best plays from tonight. So wherever you may be, morning, evening, afternoon, we'll see you next time. Will find illusion. There's the nano. Pros is being able to find Anarchy. VP5 going to be able to find Sweatpants as well. Now 1 meter away as the point will get captured. It's just one member left for the side of Scorpions, and it will be blank as well. Classic's able to split our wonderful play of the game too.
Yeah, this is going to be great to watch. This window is exactly what we want to see from Baptiste, especially in Overwatch 2, just dealing so much damage with that lack of shield. You are just a
Sweatpants falls low, and Amplification Matrix use Shatter.
huge shatter.
Oh my! Shatter's able to find all 5 of them. Sweatpants and Frozen Phoenix will now Blanket who are able to come in like that. Hawk's gonna be able to almost have this Shatter, but here comes the Dragons as it finds
Huge dragon.